I hope that you can hear me. It's been, oh, hold on. Let me see. Okay, hopefully you can hear me better now. Hi. Hi, Jamile. Hi, Mirna J. Hello. Happy, what is today? Thursday? Happy Thursday, everybody. It has been, I hope, let me know if you can hear me. Then I'll keep going, but I hope that you can. And I hope that if you can't hear me, you'll interrupt. But hi, everybody. It has been a year since I went live, and that's crazy. That's crazy. I used to go live all the time, but I've been really like feeling the need to slow down, and that's kind of like what today is about. I want to talk about. Okay, good. Yay. Okay, awesome. Hi, Jane Blaze. Hello. Hi. Thank you so much, Jamal. Okay, good. Wonderful. You can hear me. Hi, Southern Rose. Tia D. Hello. It's good to see y'all. It's been a minute since we last went live. I'm nervous, so bear with me. But I'm just getting used to this all over again. The past couple of days have been something, but we are here now. Oh, it's so good to see you. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for looking at my face. I appreciate that. All right. So, welcome to the Black Woman Lunch Break. Yay! I don't know if you all. I'm going to talk about this a little later, just because, and I'll tell you why. But I don't know if you all remember. Maybe like last week, I asked you all. I took a poll and I asked, how much does it cost for lunch? How much does it cost for groceries? And how much does it cost for a day off? And so I want to talk about that. Oh, thank you. Hi. Hello, Jack 999. Hello. And welcome. Thank you for being here. And thank you for commenting. Thank you for being with us. Hi, Maya Be Doing Stuff. I love that name. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here. I appreciate that. And thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. So where have I been for the last year live, right? You've seen me put out videos. You've seen me share stuff, songs. But I've really just been behind the scenes. Last year was a doozy. Last year, there was a lot of ugly stuff that happened. Last year was painful, and I really needed to take time to myself. And I really think that that time to myself did me some good, because it helped me to see very clearly what I couldn't see before. Let's not be cryptic. Let's be specific. So I've been resting. I've been resting and gathering myself back up. I am just starting to crawl out of my sabbatical. I went on sabbatical. Shout out to Stephanie Perry and the Vicarians. I love y'all down. They sponsored me to go on a sabbatical, and I needed one. I needed one desperately, and I didn't really realize how exhausted I was until I actually had to slow down. And it literally felt like pressing a brake, like you're speeding in a car. And you know, like when you slam the brake, how it jolts your system, like how if you're going 90 miles an hour, slamming on the brake is probably not good for you, right? Like you'll probably injure yourself. And so I guess like when I got the sabbatical money, the funding, I was very much like, okay, I'm just going to go straight into rest, right? I'm just going to stop everything and we're done. Like we're just going to take a break. And it didn't really work out that way, because I found that when I was trying to just stop, it was painful, right? When I tried to stop, I couldn't stop. It was almost like I had so much momentum behind me that I couldn't stop. And no matter what I told myself, no matter what affirmations I gave myself, like you're safe, it's okay, like you're supported, there was still something in my body that was very much like we're not safe, right? And that makes sense. I had expectations for myself that honestly weren't kind, because I had been running my whole life, right? Like really think about that. Like as soon as I understood that I had to make money, as soon as I understood that I had to perform well for people to be loved, as soon as I understood that my being just by herself is not enough, that there's always going to be something that measures my worth or value to somebody else, I felt like I had to survive, right? And I'm getting ahead of myself. But I felt like I had to survive. And so it wasn't realistic for me to expect myself to sit down without going out kicking and screaming. So a big portion of my sabbatical was just kicking and screaming. It was, oh my God, I'm going to die. Oh my God, people are going to forget about me. Oh my God, I'm going to go broke. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed that I had to take money to rest, right? Like I should be able to afford that on my own. Just these thoughts that it's almost like when I stopped, I was able to be calm enough for those things to be regurgitated, like to come out of me. Like almost like I had to go through like this resting and cleansing phase of all the brainwashing that I had endured for capitalism. right? Like, I am nothing if I don't produce. I am no one if nobody remembers my name. I am worthless, right? If I'm not of value to somebody else, if I'm not useful. That's a big one for me. If I'm not useful to somebody, I feel worthless, right? And last year there were a few things that happened that kind of reconfirmed that belief, like what is the word? Like supported it, like reaffirmed, whatever. It what I was trying to push against, people were trying to push back onto me, right? You are not useful, so therefore you are a burden, right? Let me turn the light on real quick because it's kind of dark in here. Hold on one sec. Okay. As my mother would say, let's add some light to the situation. So yeah, like, okay, much better. I can see better because I'm like squinting. Yay. Hi, Sarah. Hello. Same. I need to heal my nervous system by being present. Yes. And walking in nature every day. Yes. Yes. And I love that you're saying walking too, right? Because I feel like when I was trying to rest, I was running towards my rest. I was trying to use the same, I was trying to use the same tactics that I used to survive capitalism and patriarchy and all the other things. I was trying to use that same urgency, that same pressure, that same stress to help me rest. But that's not how rest happens, right? Like, if you can't fool your nervous system. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like, and I'm saying that as a blanket statement, I could probably be wrong because I'm not a what do you call it, an expert in nervous system things. But it's almost like I was trying to convince my nervous system of something she knew was not true, right? Because even that urgency with which I was telling myself to rest was me still pressuring myself, was me still forcing myself to do something that I really wasn't ready to do because I hadn't done the work of really interrogating, why am I afraid to rest? Like, why is it so hard to stop doing, right? Like, why do I feel worthless when I have nothing to offer anybody? Like, why do I feel like I'm going to die if I'm not seen as a resource, if I'm not seen as beneficial to somebody else, you know? And again, going back, I definitely think those have roots in slavery. Obviously, capitalism has roots in slavery. But I really had to do the work of like, where is this coming from? Who said it, right? Where did it take root? Like, and how was that reinforced? How was that belief reinforced? So yes, absolutely. Hi, Yolanda Williams. Hello. Oh my goodness, Alicia, so good to see you. It's good to see you. I was just saying it's been a year since I've been live. So this is, this feels very strange for me, but shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all being here. Thank y'all for being here and coming back. Yay. Okay. So I'm just gonna read my notes. It's been a year since I went live last and I've been resting and gathering myself up and I felt like I was running all my life. It took me so long to slow down, like years. Stephanie Perry and the Vicarians gave me this money maybe 2 years ago, and it took me 2 years to slow down. It took me 2 years to get back into my body. It took me 2 years to realize, like, I'm not going to die if I'm not being useful to somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, it took patience, it took kindness. And what is required to develop those things is time. You need time to undo. Like, I'm 36. It took me 34 at that time, 34 years, right? 34 years of programming that I had to take my time to undo or start to undo because I'm still a work in progress and I'm not all the way there yet, obviously. But yeah. Hi. Yes. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad that my channel is healing. That makes me happy. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's everywhere. Treating people like commodities. Yes. And we do it unintentionally. It's deeply ingrained everywhere. Exactly. And we do it to ourselves, right? Like, there is this panic. I don't know if y'all felt this, but when I was a kid, you know, when your mother's coming home and you can hear the keys in the door or the garage coming up or whatever it is for you, right? And you realize that you're not doing anything, right? There's this deeply embedded for a lot of us fear of not doing anything, of being caught not doing anything, of being caught lazing around, right? Resting. Like, that's the fear. It's the fear of not being profitable to somebody else. And your time is a commodity, right? They have commodified time, which is wild, right? They have commodified our time. And so even when we are by ourselves, we still feel like we're doing something wrong when we're not doing anything at all, which is also doing something. Resting is doing something, by the way. But yes, as long as you're breathing, as long as you're alive, you will always be doing something. Breathing, healing, resting, laying, it's still an act. But yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, it's good to see you too, Sarah. Yay. Yay. And another Sarah. Hello. You cannot fool the nervous system. Okay, exactly. That's what I feel. That's what I believe. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, again, I'm not a neuroscientist. I don't have all those things, but I know for myself, I cannot fool myself. Myself is too smart, right? Like, myself is too smart. She's not gonna, even if I say to her, it's safe to rest, like we're saying affirmations, it's safe to rest, it's safe to play, like no one's gonna come and get you. My nervous system is in fight or flight. Yes, they are, girl. Everybody is coming. Everybody is coming. If they don't find me, if they don't harm me physically, they'll harm me with their words. They'll harm me with their judgments. They will leave me out of things, right? Like they will ostracize me. I will lose community. There's a cost to choosing yourself. So yes, absolutely. You cannot fool your nervous system. It's like trying to fool your mind. LOL. You just can't. You just can't. You just can't. You just can't because you're in your body. Even as I was preparing for this, right? So before I went live, I listened to Fleetwood Mac, Dreams. I love that song. And so I was listening to Fleetwood Mac and I was walking around like, okay, everything is calm, everything is okay. And I was singing like to hum to try to calm myself, to try to trick my body into not being nervous. But I was still sweating, right? Like my body was still sweating like we were in danger because I was nervous. And no amount of me trying to honestly really like, I'm not gonna say gaslight myself, but no amount of me trying to convince myself that we are okay and there's nothing happening, there's nothing to be nervous about. My body knows. My body knows before I can register in my mind what's happening, you know? So good luck. You know what I mean? So yes, yes. The fear that you forgot to take the chicken out of the freezer when she pulls up. Yes, yes. Because even as a child, I remember coming home and being tired. I was tired. Think about this. Like, I also think school, the way that we do school, this is going to be a tangent, but the way that we do school is abusive. We send these kids out to be in school for most of the day, right? And then we send them home to do more work. When do children get to rest? When do children get to rest so that they can retain the information? Right? Like, when do children get to play? That's how they learn. They need to go outside and play. Right? But no, we're every ounce of our lives from childhood is accounted for. Okay, from this time to this time, you got to do this. From this time to this time, you got to do this. And then when you come home, do your homework. Don't go outside. You know, I understand my mom said that because it's not safe. But don't go outside. Don't play. Don't let anybody in my house. Okay, and that's period. And then like on top of that, do work for the house. So you can't just focus on your homework. You're also multitasking. I was cooking at a very young age, right? And I've said this before. My father left our family, so I had to take on responsibilities that were not mine. You know, and so when you're an adultified child, you take on responsibilities and all you know is labor. All you know is that you're not safe, right? I learned that very early on. I'm not safe. I'm the one who makes everybody else safe, but I'm not the safe one. I'm not kept safe, I should say, you know? So yeah, that fear is, that fear is intense and it is almost like primal, like being caught, like, oh no, like, especially like when I go over other people's houses, I also feel bad about sitting on their couch when they're milling about and doing things. Like, I feel like I have to offer to do something because I don't want them to feel like I'm taking advantage of them. And I don't want them to think I'm taking advantage of their kindness. And I also don't want to feel lazy. So even though I was resting, there were still remnants of that traumatized self coming up that I had to deal with. And I'm still dealing with. I'm in therapy. I'm doing the work. I'm journaling. And I'll read you all some stuff that I wrote down later as we get further into this live. But happy 1, 2, 3, 4, everybody. Happy 1, 2, 3, 4. Make a wish. I hope that you're having a lovely day. Happy lunch. But yes, let's see. Give me one sec. Sorry, I had to burp. Excuse me. Yes, I realize I just have to have grace for those feelings coming up. Absolutely. And we live in a world that reaffirms those beliefs, right? We live in a world that says if you don't work, you don't eat. We live in a world that says if you're not employed, then you have less value than me, right? Like we live in a world that says if you have less money than I do, if you have less things, if you have a lesser house, if you can't afford to do X, Y, and Z, then you haven't made it yet, right? And I think those thoughts really put me on a journey back to myself. Like, what is it that I actually want though? Like, what is it that I actually need to live the life that I want to live? Forget the judgments of everybody else, which is really hard. Forget the side eyes, the being called lazy, the being called unintelligent, or whatever. Insert whatever phrase here. I think lazy is a big one that we're afraid of. Forget that. What is a life that you actually want to live? And what do you need to live that life? And I was realizing in order for me to be well, okay, I want to be happy, I want to be healthy, and I want to live a long, good life. And in order to do that, I have to do less. I have to slow down. I can't be showing up like I usually show up. I can't keep pumping out things with no reciprocity. I can't keep giving my heart and soul, right? To these platforms even without getting something in return. And for a long time, specifically about like YouTube and stuff, but this could be about your job too. But for YouTube, I felt like I was giving so much, but getting nothing in return. Right. And I don't mean nothing as in nothing. I get love in return. I get kindness. I get you good folks. Right. But then I'm still struggling to eat. Right. Like I'm still struggling to pay bills. I'm struggling. And there's no reason in hell, honestly, that people should be struggling when they're offering something to the world. There's no reason why someone working at McDonald's, for example, should be struggling to pay their bills. Right. That's just my belief. That's my belief. I don't think anybody should be struggling because it's all manufactured. And so I had to count the cost. Do you want to live fast and be, do you want to live fast and be impressive to people, right? Or do you want to live a long life and maybe suffer the consequences of not being liked by people because you're not going fast, because you are going slower, because you are doing less, because you are choosing yourself, you know? Yeah, so it's a lot. But yes, our body is so intelligent. Yes, she is. And that's what frustrates me because I know that these systems know this information and did everything they could to keep us in a gridlock. And they did. And they do to this day. Absolutely. School was never meant to educate you. It was meant to prepare you for a 9-to-5 job. And that's what it feels like to me. Shout out to all the teachers, though, because I know a lot of good teachers who went into teaching to educate the children, to take care of the children, to empower them and to make them feel like they can do anything because they can. And then they're stuff with this curriculum, right? They're handed this curriculum of, well, now you have to teach this to make these people profitable to the country and not necessarily to their communities, you know? So yeah, the whole you have to work for my corporation if you want water and food is diabolical and cruel. Exactly. And a lot of us are so brainwashed that we protect this. We support this. We say this makes sense. And we know good and well it don't make no sense. We know good and well it doesn't make any sense. So I've been slowing down to save my life, essentially. And that shout out to Octavia Rahim, because I feel like she said something similar recently. But like, okay, hold on. We're gonna get to that in a second. Y'all are saying some good stuff, so let's just talk. Let's just vibe today. The struggle and the lack of abundance is manufactured. Yes. And this is why I did a live, it had to be over a year ago at this point, but I did a live about the spiritual community. And by spiritual community, I mean the white spiritual community. I mean the sorry, I'm not trying to let nobody catch no strays, but I'm talking about the what is it? Like what do you call that? Like the rules, the laws of attraction, the laws of whatever, I hear y'all. And also capitalism exists, right? Like you don't not have money because you have a lack mindset. Hello, that's victim blaming. You don't, okay, how can I say this? You're not in poverty, because I'm using double negatives. You're not in poverty because you have a lack mindset. You're in poverty because these systems are taking advantage of you. You're not like, what? You're not suffering because you are bringing that to yourself. You're suffering because someone is making you suffer, right? And when we make it all spiritual and stuff like that, we take away the face behind the hands that are doing the harm. It's these white people in power. That's it. That's why your life is miserable. These CEOs, these capitalists, all these people work at the government, all these things working together to make your life hard. That's why you're suffering. But they're selling you spiritual things. And again, I also believe in, like, please, I believe in spirits. Like, I don't like, and in spirit, right? But I don't believe in that. I don't believe in some rules made by white men who are already privileged and saying, oh, I'm rich because I made good decisions. I'm rich because I think good. I have good thoughts. Stop it. That's not why. And so like for that, that's enraging, because it's basically saying you're not holy enough. You're not practiced enough. You're not set apart enough to qualify for wealth. And there's more that you have to do to earn it. Meanwhile, you're working day and night, got multiple jobs, holding down not just you, your friends, your family, your uncle, your auntie, and you sitting there thinking that, oh, I don't have money because I'm not thinking good thoughts. Stop. I can't do it. Can't do it. So that just, and yes, to your point, all poverty, all suffering, like, and obviously like not suffering like if you're ill or something, but even sometimes with that, but sometimes people just get sick, right? But also, a lot of your suffering is because people are hoarding wealth. A lot of your suffering is because people are poisoning your water. A lot of your suffering is because people are hoarding food. That's it. It has nothing to do with the law of attraction or you saying affirmations 5 times and turning around in a circle. No, these white people are telling you that you're the problem when they're the ones holding the resources from you. Because how much money do you need? Right? Like, y'all about to get me fired up. Hold on. Let me take a sip of water. Sorry, I had to take a sip. Thank y'all. But how much money do you need? I wrote down a thought about these housing companies, these housing corporations. Um, I don't know what builders are in your area, but where I am, they have like, oh my God, Bazzuto, what else? Um, Stanley Homes. I'm trying to think of like the names that I see. Anyway, they're common names, right? And oh, hi everybody. I'm so sorry. Y'all are talking to me and I'm just rapping. Hi, doll, for real. Yes, the way we are taught without a degree, we have no value, exactly, which creates a vicious cycle. Yes, because and as a millennial, I feel gaslit to the max. I'm tired of people saying, "Oh, just pay off your student loans and all this other stuff." I we'll get to that in a second. But yes, you this the what did Cat Williams say? The allegiance you have to losers. But no, joking. I'm joking. But the allegiance that we have to predatory lenders, the allegiance we have to harmful people needs to be studied for real. We like the way that you shouldn't have taken out a loan at 17, Susie. At 17, I knew, like, come on. Let's go to the root of it. The problem, why are these colleges so expensive? Why are these colleges so expensive? That's the question. Why is information being hoarded and kept behind $1,000 pay ticket? What's her name? Rachel Cargle talked about that in her book. Oh, and of course, Renaissance for, I'm gonna find it. But Rachel Cargle talked about that. Basically how colleges, Cargle book, a Renaissance all our own or something like that. Hold on one sec. Why is it not popping up? Book. But basically that these colleges, these like Ivy League colleges, that's what she was looking at. A Renaissance of our own, a memoir and manifesto. Let me put the link in here. Yeah, so the thought was, why are these colleges allowed to take information that they didn't create, by the way, and hoard it for thousands of dollars? That's the question. And so I feel like the way that I look at things is not the way that is honored in this country, is not the way that makes sense to a lot of people. I'm not blaming the person who's struggling with college debt. I'm blaming the people that told us, and I'm not, let me go back. I'm not even blaming our elders because they didn't know any better, because for a while that was true. You got a degree, you got a good job, you're good. That was true for my elders. My mother is a baby boomer, right? Is that my computer? Oh, that's my computer. Okay. My mom is a baby boomer, right? So for her, that was the facts. She went to college in the 70s, right? So she's coming to me, a person growing up, born in the 90s, growing up in the early 2000s, and she's trying to give me that 70s information that's not applicable here. In her mind, oh yeah, just get a degree and get a good job, right? Not knowing that this is predatory. Why are people allowed to make money off of people suffering? Why are people allowed to make money off of people's misfortune? That's the question I'm asking. My problem is that I live in a country that values the law over morals. That's my problem. Because let's be clear, enslavement was legal at some point, but it was always immoral. And so people are using the law to say, hey, this is okay, when it never was. And you are compromised. Like anyway, it's very frustrating. And it is a vicious cycle, and it's a cycle on purpose to make us slaves. I guess technically we got to let y'all in, right? Since your mom got a degree and everything, since she thinks she know everything, we're going to let you into this college, but I'm going to entrap you. Why is that okay? But the person trying to get a degree with all good intentions, why are they the criminal? Why are they the bad person for following the plan that was given to them as a child? When I was in high school, when I was in middle school, they were talking about college. Like, it was the option, it was the thing to do. There was no other option. You're going to college. In middle school, that was like, I was 12 in 2002. Middle school. So from 2002 until 2008, when I graduated, college, 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 college. And also, don't go to community college. That's a whole other thing because of classism. That's a whole other conversation for another day. Don't go to community college because you're not going to be taken seriously there, because at some point that was true for my mother. Right? Anyway. So yeah, it's just very annoying. But yeah, the New Age spiritualists, right? They got answers for everything. So tell me why you all have not come together and use your thoughts to take down capitalism and racism and misogyny and misogynoir and homophobia and transphobia. Like, why you ain't using those thoughts to do that? And why is your spirituality so individualistic? Oh, because you're a white supremacist, right? Like, that's why. Because you're not about community. You're not about, how are you wealthy and all your friends broke and that makes you feel good? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, lots of thoughts there. But I did a whole video on that already. But I love spirituality in general. Spirituality in general. But I don't like being gaslit, and I don't like being victim blamed. Because as a person who grew up Christian, there's so much victim blaming in Christianity culture and in the faith in itself. And I'm not doing anything that feels like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Exactly. Poverty and suffering are not the moral failings that they're painted to be. Exactly. Sometimes it's an outcome of abusive, oppressive systems. Exactly. Most times, all times it is. Nobody should be poor. Nobody should be poor. I say all times that someone is poor, it's because of an oppressive system. No one should be poor. That doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree. Kenny. Hi, Kenny. Hello. Hello. Hi, Jenny Boo. Hello. Hi, it's good to see you too. Hi. Oh, hey, y'all. I'm so sorry I'm seeing y'all come in. I did all the things and I'm still fighting and struggling. Exactly. Same. I did all the things. I had 3 jobs at 16. I went to college. I got good grades. I made the principals. Like, I did all the things and it wasn't enough. And so, about to cuss. You got me messed up if you think I'm going to shoulder the responsibility of being poor. And literally my brain, I'm healing my nervous system. I'm healing my body. I'm healing this war that I've been at with myself for not being able to perform in a way that people want me to perform. You tell me I should be able to do that. That's ableist. I can't. I'm not a person who is made like that. I shouldn't have to cut myself in half to eat dinner tonight. I shouldn't have to sacrifice, right, my health and my well-being to have a good retirement. I shouldn't have to do all these flips and tricks, and I shouldn't have to trade on the market. I shouldn't have to do any of that. That's how I feel. I shouldn't have to do any of that. None of us should have to do any of that, because they're still making money off of our suffering and off of our struggle. They're still making money off of you trying to survive in your elder years. So they're going to make out like fat cats no matter what. But you got to starve and suffer? Nah. Yeah, keep that to yourself. That's that victim blaming. Oh, if you just think positive thoughts. Oh, if you just stop it. I see it with my own eyes. You're trying to blind me. I'm not blind. You know, blind to that, I should say. Hi, Jane. Yes, thank you for the fire. Yeah, that's like the main talking point for MLM people. Elevate your mindset convo. So annoying. So annoying. So I have a side quest of channels that I watch, and they're mostly like white women talking about MLM scams and stuff like that. And shout out to Cam James, because he also talks about stuff like that. And it's so interesting seeing white women specifically deal with other white women in very like rough and cruel ways, basically saying that like, oh, these are mothers with newborn babies struggling to find a way to pay for their living, right? They're struggling. They're going in here struggling, and you're telling them, a woman who just gave birth 3 months ago, that she's not going hard enough. She should be resting. But we're not, instead of interrogating the system that we live under that allows women to have to go back into the workforce before she's ready, after pushing a baby out of her vagina or being cut open, having her gut, like, giving birth is not like, it's not cute. Right? Like, I'm sure for the mothers, they're like, oh my God, it's magical. Yeah, wonderful. And also, it's traumatic. It's traumatic to the body. We should be asking, why do we live in a society that allows women who just gave birth to go back to work immediately? Not because they want to, but because they have to. That's the question. I hate when they talk to they're so mean. I don't like it. Hi, Book Baddie in Recovery. Hello. My first time catching your live. Thank you for being here. Yay. Yeah, I haven't been live in a long time, so welcome. Welcome. Hi. All right, let me go down. Oh, that part. My friend just made a post about millennial fatigue. Okay, can I get on? Let's talk about it, Jane. Millennials, I'm sure, like every other generation, I understand, but millennials have gone through it. When I graduated high school, guess what? The economy collapsed. It's not funny, but it's kind of funny because I really feel like my whole life I've been trying to be enough for the system, and it's just like things keep failing. And at this point, I'm like, oh, maybe they're failing on purpose because, and I have thoughts about that. I feel like I'm supposed to go against the system, and so in a way, the system didn't work for me so that I could see certain things or whatever, but it is trash. What we had 2000 and what was that, 9 or 11 or 10 or 11? Columbine. Hold on. We had Columbine. We had 9/11 in elementary school. Let's see. And I remember when Columbine happened, I was so confused because I did not know that children can be harmed in school. My whole feeling of safety. I realized 1999. That's crazy. Okay, that was 19. I was 9 years old. Then we had, and I'm from the DMV area, so we had the sniper shooting. I don't know if this don't get monetized. Sorry, y'all. Sniping shooting, PG County. DC sniper attacks. That was 2002. 2011, we had 9/11. Right, like just thing after thing. Then we had a bunch of bomb threats, thing after thing after thing. Then we graduate and okay, yay, finally, yay. LOL, girl, the economy collapsed. So forget affording a house. My dream, can I tell y'all what my dream was as a kid? I dreamed of living in DC in a row house. I dreamed of being an interpreter, an ASL to English interpreter. I dreamed of writing books. I dreamed of having an artsy life, and I would wear flowy dresses and skirts, and I would be free, and I would have my little garden in the front. And when 2009 came, 2009 came, it just kind of took everything. It took all the hope. Girl, and to this day, I have not owned a house. And I and people say that there's pros and cons and things like that. But I think there is something, I think there's a deep trauma that we all kind of feel of not actually having like a home, like a safe place. Even places we move into are always at threat of being taken from us. You know what I mean? There's always a threat of them taking our homes from us, right? Whether you don't pay your taxes and they just take the land from out under you, like what the heck? You paid off your mortgage and you still got to pay the taxes. There's never a sense of, okay, I can rest now. There's never that feeling. And I don't know that I've ever really felt that feeling, that rootedness, So yeah, so millennial fatigue, yes. I'm exhausted. And now we're starting to be the sandwich generation, right? Like our parents are getting older. And I worry, because as the eldest daughter, I know that my mother is my responsibility. And at this point, I don't know how I'm going to take care of my mom if that needs to happen. A lot of millennials feel that same way. All my friends co-live, which there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. Intergenerational living is a thing. My great-grandmother lived with my grandmother, who also lived with her son, who also lived with his son. My family is not a stranger to intergenerational living or co-living, but there is this outside opinion that if you don't have your own home, your own place, then you're a failure. If you don't have your own insert thing here by this age, you're a failure. But y'all, we are living through some impossible situations. We got to have grace with ourselves. But yeah. Even if nobody has grace with us, we got to have grace with ourselves. Excuse me. Okay. That tea was good. You haven't missed lunch. Lunch is happening. You haven't missed lunch. Lunch is happening. Oh, but before we get too far into this thing, let me get back to my notes because I'm all over the place at this point. Okay. So speaking of lunch, I think we're far enough into the live to talk about what I really want to talk about today. I don't know if y'all remember, I asked y'all last week, what is How much is your lunch? How much is your groceries? And how much is a day off for you? How much are your groceries, I should say? English. Let me see. Copy and paste. So I took a poll. Thank you all for everyone who participated. I appreciate you. Yay. Oh, and hi, James Arturo. Thank you for liking the live. But yes, I basically asked that question because I was inspired to create a fund. I was inspired to create a fund by all the women who came before me, Stephanie Perry, who helped me to go on sabbatical. And I was trying to figure out a way, how can I pay this forward, right? I don't have, not yet. I'm not as established financially as I'd like to be. I wish that I had all the money in the world because I know what to do with it. Give it away, And so I wanted to create something for Black women specifically, to help them navigate or alleviate a little bit of pressure. And so I created, I'm going to put this in the chat, Buy a Black Woman Lunch. Yay! Okay, so what is Buy a Black Woman Lunch? And I'll get back to your comments in a sec. Let me see. Can I share screen? Can I share the screen? Yes. Share screen. Yay. Okay. Share. Yay. All right. So I created Buy a Black Woman Lunch. That's just the title. It's just Buy a Black Woman Lunch. And the goal is to raise $500, right? So that, doing the math. So sorry. The goal is to reach $500 so that 10 Black women, we can pay for 10 Black women's lunch. That is my goal. And specifically, let me read you what this says. I don't know. Can y'all see that, by the way? I hope this is coming through. Let me come down. I hope y'all can see it. Okay. Yay. Okay, good. Okay, good. So this says, hi there. My goal is to raise up those Black women who lift us up every day. Let's celebrate them. These are our teachers, healers, caretakers. These are our friends, our sisters, mothers, and aunties. These are Black women who work in food service, interpreters, artists, gig workers, the self-employed. This is for the neighborhood watchers, the child care providers, and the sex workers. This is in honor of those who are caring for others who may not be on payroll. So I'm talking about specifically, who may not be on payroll. So women, we know Black women. And we know that Black women are often taking on a lot of work that goes unpaid and uncelebrated and unseen. A lot of Black women are living at home with their elders to take care of them, to help finance the rent, right? To help supplement the rent, right? And so just because they're not on payroll, like we have all these conversations about like stay-at-home moms even, and how much work that is. That's a lot of work. Right? And they're not getting paid for that, but they're holding all of us up. The gig worker is holding all of us up so you can get your food on time. So you don't have to leave the office. You feel me? Like the sex worker, the neighborhood watcher. My mom and her friend, they're both neighborhood watchers, right? They know everybody's name. They know who moves in and out of the place. Like they are people who are caring for us. So my goal is to raise $500 to fund 10 Black women's lunch. Once we reach that goal, we send 10 Black women lunch and the goal resets. That's basically it. That's it. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Because what I really wanted to do was I wanted to fund a day off for Black women. I wanted to fund a day off for Black women. But after taking you all's polls, I figured that we'll go in waves, right? We will allow this to build slowly. It doesn't have to be a big thing right now. Let's start with the smallest thing. What would alleviate what would help Black women? Having a good lunch. And what's crazy is not crazy, but what's interesting is I was getting some answers for how much is lunch. Some people would say like $18. And the thing is, I remember that, right? Like when I was working at a hospital, I was so broke that my lunch was a cup of noodles. And this is me not knowing anything about nutrition, but trying. My lunch like break was a cup of noodles, a naked fruit juice. When Target used to sell them for cheap, they were like $2 or something like that. A naked fruit juice because I wanted to be healthy, and a Snickers bar because I wanted protein. And we talk a lot about poverty, but I want to share more about my experience with poverty, because we think that poverty has a face and we think that it has a look. But a lot of us are in impoverished situations, and a $50 for lunch would have held me over for a whole week, honestly. So I figured we can help 10 Black women get lunch for a day so that she can go to somewhere, sit down, take her time, nourish herself, right? Take a breath. Does that make sense? Like, take a breath, eat some vegetables, eat a salad. You feel me? Get a flavored lemonade. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Black women deserve, and Black women are often under supported. So, okay, so when we reach 500, then I will put the call out, and it'll just be a form. You don't have to tell me you don't got to tell me no reason why you deserve the lunch, You just apply, and we'll go in order. Whoever applies first gets the money first. That's it. And so what I will ask is that if you don't need the money, please donate. If you don't need the money, please leave that space for some. And I don't mean need. Okay. What can I say? I don't mean, this is up to your own discretion. I'm not going to police your pockets. I don't want to do that. But I'm just asking you to be thoughtful of those who may not have just $50 sitting around for lunch. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So I'm going to say Black women are encouraged to apply, especially if they are students, gig workers, day laborers, caretakers, teachers, sex workers, food service workers. If you work in retail or hospitality, artists, creators, entrepreneurs, government employees, nurses, professors, especially non-tenure track professors, right? Because we also know that Black women's genius is often taken advantage of. They're not given stability, right? They want your brilliance, but they don't want to give you support. They don't want you to be secure. The job wants to be like an abusive partner financially. Like, I'm going to give you just enough, right? But not enough to actually sustain life. I'm going to use your wisdom, but I'm not going to pay you well. So especially non-tenure track professors, those who make minimum wage or not too far above it, especially those in between blessings. Okay. You ain't got to say you want unemployed or whatever. If you're in between blessings, this is for you. If you receive disability benefits, if you receive unemployment benefits, those belonging to the working class, the impoverished, and those who need it. That's it. So thank you so much for honoring and loving on Black women. Your kindness and generosity is received with much gratitude and giddy excitement. When I tell you this idea, I was so excited. I was like you would have thought like I was making an album or something. I was like, this is amazing. I'm so excited. And so, let me go back. Sorry, I'm all over the place. The goal right now is lunch. I hope to work up to I hope to work up to a day off, because what I learned was the lunch is the cheapest. The second most expensive is a day off. And the most expensive is groceries. And I thought it was going to be flipped. I thought it was going to be lunch, groceries, and a day off. But really, it's lunch, a day off, and then groceries, because groceries are expensive. And that I should have thought about that. But yes, so that's the goal. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to share. And you know what's crazy? Like what am I saying? Perfectionism is something, right? Because I said to myself, well, that's not enough. I don't know. Is that, yes. And rent. Yes, absolutely. And rent. I don't know. Is this enough? Let me scroll down. I feel like I'm missing so much stuff. I'm going to go back up. But, we can do something. Everyone can do something. I'm not saying that you have to do this, right? But what I am saying is that if you know somebody who needs $50 for lunch, you don't got to give it to me. Just give it to them. Just send them a Cash App. You feel me? Keep the money in rotation. They don't have to apply to this. You can just do it yourself. Or if you have something else to offer. I feel like we're waiting for this big thing. We're waiting for our lives to be saved. And by the government, especially, they're not coming, y'all. We have ourselves, and we always had ourselves. And it really makes me sad when people doubt our brilliance and what we can do when we put our minds together. Let me stop sharing this page real quick so I can read y'all this thing. Okay. Yay. All right, let me read y'all this. So when people ask me, well, you don't believe in capitalism, so like what? I don't know why that's the voice I give people. What do you suggest? And so I was writing down radical ideas that already were. Like, we're trying to start from scratch, but these things have already existed. Gifting economies. I talked about that in one of my podcasts, where you just share things. You need it, I got it, you can have it. And when I need it, I'm going to ask you for it back so that we can share this thing. Whatever it is, we'll keep it in rotation. I use the example of a lawnmower. If a community of people buy a lawnmower, right, then everybody gets to use it. And the maintenance, the upkeep of it is not so expensive with one person, because everybody is sharing the burden. everybody is sharing the burden. And there might be somebody in that group who knows how to work on a lawnmower, so you ain't even got to take it into the shop. You know what I'm saying? Gifting economy. Okay. So that requires generosity, thoughtfulness, and generosity for generosity's sake, knowing that it will be returned to you. Rent parties. Have y'all heard of rent parties? That is mutual aid. So a rent party is basically, okay, I don't have enough to pay my rent this week, this month, whatever your thing is. I don't have enough, so I'm going to hold a party, charging $5 or $10 a head. Come over, get you some good food, get you some good drink. There'll be artists here, like singers, or I'll be playing music, right? So I'm creating a third space, and in return, I'm getting my rent paid. We have always survived because we are creative, right? So rent parties center Black joy and love, mutual aid, all while providing a third space, a safe place from the world and a safe place to rest. The value is in the actual person, not just what they can do for you. And we all are blessed and uplifted when everyone is blessed and uplifted. Sharing resources, right? Sharing passwords, sharing food, sharing money just because, hand-me-downs, membership cards, right? My whatever. I'm not going to be specific because eyes are watching, and I'll talk more about that in a second. But gifting, membership cards, Thanksgiving dinners, potlucks, gift giving at birthdays and holidays, sending someone off to college with money as a community. We have always taken care of ourselves. Letting someone borrow your car or your phone or your games, right? Sharing medication. They say don't do that. Sure. I'm not a health professional. Don't listen to me. Okay. Sharing medication is a thing that my family does because it's too expensive. Because we don't have the money for that, right? I remember one of my family members was going into surgery and she couldn't afford the medication. And her friend had the medication that her doctor prescribed to her. She shared her medication with her. Whether it's legal, whether you should or should not do it, we're talking about surviving, right? You do what you got to do to survive. Pulling gas money, because we all going together anyway, right? Taxes people are so it's so interesting to me. People are like anti-socialism, anti-community care, anti-whatever. You pay taxes. How do you think them people is getting paid? That's your money. That's your labor. And you don't think you deserve any of that? You don't think that you can give that? So it's being forced out of your paycheck, but you're not willingly going to give it to your community members. That don't make sense, right? Birthday dinners, right? Sit and celebrate those you love. They never pay for no meal because we all pull together and pay for it for themselves, for them, right? Cooking for the grieving, bringing food over to new neighbors. The breakfast and lunch program, right? The Black Panther Party showed us the way. The Montgomery bus boycott. I think about that all the time. When we talk about boycotts, and I have thoughts about the Target boycott, and I'll share them if you want me to share them. But I think we need a plan because even with the Montgomery bus boycott, people gave up things for the movement. People donated things, money, their vehicles, right? People shared the route, going places, right? Because we knew we weren't going to be able to use those systems anymore. So we had to create our own system. And so stuff like these, we want to boycott things, but we don't want to create systems. That's not how. In order for a boycott to sustain, we have to create systems. And we also have to know, what are we fighting? I'm not against the Target boycott. Let me be clear. But how can I say this? Give me the words to say, because I'm not trying to be offensive or whatever. But it's not really to go against it. It's just to add another thought. Why are we just stopping at Target? Right? I guess for me, I wasn't disappointed with Target's DEI thing because I understand that Target is a business and Target is just going to say what they need to say to get money. None of them care about Black people. None of these businesses care about Black folks. None of them. Some of these Black businesses don't even care about Black folks. So what are we really looking to do? What is the outcome? Yes, see the business starve and die. Great. And then what? Because we have Walmart, who is underpaying their employees and supplementing that pay with government funding. Right? So in my mind, I'm almost like, can we just starve all of it? Can we be just anti-capitalist? Can we just, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, but that requires a system, and maybe we're not there yet, so I'll just be patient. But I'm just saying, this, great. Get them out of here. Get Target out of here. Who's next? And then you're saying, okay, Amazon and things like that. Okay, cool. But some people use that stuff. Like I was talking to Habo on his channel. We were talking about the Target bus. What am I talking? The Target bus boycott. That's crazy. The Target boycott. And I was saying, he was saying that somebody had their medication at a Target and they felt bad because they had to go in to go get it. This is medication. So if we're going to shame people for getting their medication, then we need to create another system where they don't have to go into a CVS or a Target. Because I think CVS, isn't it CVS that has a Target, whatever, pharmacy? But yeah, I feel like we need to think bigger and we need to think deeper. Because I understand, I'm not talking about the people who organize in Minnesota. Shout out to them, period. Like, and that makes sense. But when we're talking about all of these people are in bed together, all of them are trading money. All of them are they're keeping the same $5, so to speak, in rotation with the same people. We need to, like, in my mind, we need to gut all these people. We need to demand a better system. We need to demand better pay. The problem is capitalism. It's not Target. It's capitalism. It's that anybody will say, do anything as long as it gets them $1. And you can't, I don't know that you can, I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking, but I'm thinking out loud. But I'm just thinking out loud. It's like, we need the shaming people. I get it. But like, if you live in a food desert and that's all you got, what else are you supposed to do? If you ain't got no car and that's the closest store, what else are you supposed to do? And I'm speaking as somebody who lives in a food desert, who grew up in a food desert. Where else am I supposed to go? Does that make sense? So like, the burden is often on the people who are the poorest. And these are the people who actually maintain the movements. These are the people who actually uphold us. And so we have to do a better job of not forgetting those people who don't have a choice or whose choices are not as easy as our choices. I can get in my car. Let me be clear. I can get in my car and go anywhere now because I have a car. I didn't have a car when I was growing up. I had to walk on rural streets to get to a bus stop growing up. If this boycott was happening now, that would not be possible for me. Because where else am I supposed to go? Not that we were shopping at Target, but you know what I'm trying to say. Okay. Anywho, let me continue. Okay. Yes. Okay. Montgomery bus boycott, planned and shared routes for a caravan, right? So we're going to take away, we're not going to go on this bus, but you can get in my car and I'll drive you. Nobody's doing that right now. Nobody's saying, because everybody's in it for themselves. Let's see. Trail angels. So this is interesting. Trail angels are, okay, so if you are a hiker, then you probably know what I'm talking about. So there are people who hike the Pacific Crest, I feel like I'm saying that wrong, Pacific Crest Trail, the PCT, and the Appalachian, I don't know how to say that, trail on the East Coast, or, the Rocky Mountain, whatever. People walk that path. And so people who have walked that path before leave things, feed the people on the trail just because it's a nice thing to do. They call it trail angels because it's like miracles, right? You're on the trail, you're walking for miles and miles and miles, and bam, somebody showed up with food. Oh, wow. Somebody showed up and said, hey, you all can stay at my house. That's a very trusting community, but the community is so tight knit that they do trust it. Like, hey, I've walked this path before, right? Let me reach down and help you. And this is for people who are walking the trail for funsies. If they can do that, we can be angels in people's lives in real life, And the last thing I wrote down was like community gardens or community supported agricultural farms. So community gardens, I'm sure you all know what a community garden is. Community supported agriculture farms. I'm like trying to say all these words, are basically farms that are funded by community. So there's a farm that I'm trying to, save my little coins for, to purchase fresh fruits and veggies from her farm. And I think it's like $40 a month or for 2 weeks, $40 every 2 weeks. And the money goes straight to her. And I get the vegetables straight from the source, right? Locally grown and all the things. And she's able to sustain her business and not be bought out by these bigger farms. That's community supported. So there are things that we can do and we have done, and things that are already being done that we can use as inspiration. So yeah. So I just wanted to share that. Give me 1 sec, y'all. Okay. Let me slow down. I'm like talking fast. Talking so fast. All right, let me go back up. I feel like I missed some of y'all. Period. I love that. Oh, and hi, RL. Hello. 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 Yolanda Williams says, here in Ohio, there is a bill our mayor is trying to pass to make the wealthy pay their fair share of taxes so that Ohioans can go to college for free. Absolutely. Because how dare you set up shop in here to make money and not take care of the citizens that are making you money? Right? Like, the only reason why you're wealthy is because of poor people. I had this thought. It's kind of whatever. I had this thought. All money is blood money in America. All money is stolen. All our money is stolen. When you think of like what we made money off of in the beginning, like I'm talking about in the beginning of America. Stolen land, stolen resources, stolen people, murder, SA, right? Like crimes. Like all money is blood money in America. And we give these rich people such like, oh my God, the adoration, the praise. Da, da, da. Do you know what it takes to like, yes, they need to pay. They need to pay. I believe that every business should pay a tax to the citizens for doing business in their area. Absolutely. I love that. I feel you. Millennials are out here. We struggling. We tried our best. They don't. Hi, gorgeous one. It's good to see you. It's so good to see y'all. Oh, it's been so long. Yeah, exactly. Being poor is a systemic feature, not a flaw. Correct. I cannot because they need us to be poor for them to be rich. Shout out to my best friend Marcus. He said, and this has always stuck with me, there is enough in the world for everyone. There's enough food. There are enough resources. There is enough housing. Okay. There is enough care. There is enough space in the world. There is enough clean water. There is enough shelter. There's enough land for everyone, but there's not enough for greed. Because greed starts to reaching into, once you become greedy, once you are like a capitalist, once you are taking more resources than you need, you are stealing from other people. That's why it's really important as we decolonize to ask ourselves, what is enough? Because anything more is theft. Anything more is immoral. What is enough, right? The billionaires are thieves. Are we okay? I don't want to be a billionaire. They're thieves. So yes, it is a feature. And they need us to be poor so they can be wealthy. They need us to be poor so that we don't have options. They need us to be poor so we don't have a voice. So we can't say, hey, stop putting your data center here. Whoever has the most money is taken seriously, right? And I feel like one of the things I wrote down yesterday was a lot of people don't just want to be rich. They want to be rich so that they'll be cared for. That's it. Some people are just trying to be rich enough to qualify for care, to qualify for enough,ness, to qualify for safety, but yeah. Whew, I can't even heal my nervous system in this society while being poverty and trying to escape. Oh, in poverty, and trying to escape it. Yes. When you are poor, rest is really hard. Rest is really difficult when you are literally the muscle of this country. The poor are the muscle of this country, to be clear. So yes, it is exhausting. Girl, I had 2 jobs at 16. Yeah. And I braided hair on the side. This was in LA during the early 2000s. Yes, I worked at Circuit City, rest in peace. I worked at Circuit City, McDonald's, and a hospital when I was 16 years old, 3 jobs, and I have nothing. So if you're telling me hard work pays off, I'm here to tell you it does not. It makes you sick. Hard work makes you sick. Yay, I'm glad. That makes me happy. Thank y'all for being a safe space too. I appreciate that. Hey guys, white women interacting or even criticizing each other is intriguing to say that it is. They be mean as I don't know what to each other. I'm like, oh, that's nasty. Like you're saying stuff to like, you're not just sticking the knife and you're turning it. You know what I'm saying? Ugh. Yes, the system is not working and we need something totally new. Agreed. Millennial here and I agree. There's a divine order, but it sucks. Yeah. My 20-year class reunion is this year. Wow. Congratulations. I'm glad you made it this far. Thought I would be stable by now. I know. I feel like there is a grief, and I feel like some of Gen X has to feel this too. Gen X and Gen Z. I know Gen Z feels this. There's like this general, I feel like grieving that a lot of us are doing, grieving the lives we thought we would have, grieving who we thought we would be, grieving what we thought we would become, what we thought we had a chance at, that we never had a chance at. Never had a chance. Again, I told you, as soon as I graduated, the economy collapsed. I never had a chance. Ah, you know what I'm saying? Not in the track that I got my degree in human services because I wanted to do good in society. Human services does not pay. And that's not my fault. That's a failure of the country. That we don't pay people who take care of people well, that don't make no sense. When people are literally what you need to have a country running. Okay. You're governing bodies, but you don't want to take care of the bodies that you're governing? I mean, that's America, but yes. Yes. Girl, hi, HU educator. Hello. Girl, it's crazy game. It's like a crazy game of trying to keep up, and the line is always moving. That's why you all cannot, like, not you all, not y'all. Shout out to Erica De Niro. Not y'all, but y'all. That's why when people be like trying to gaslight me with the spirituality stuff, like, oh, you're just not thinking positive thoughts enough. Please get out of my face. Please, these people don't want us to win. They didn't want our parents to win. They didn't want our grandparents to win. Our great grandparents, my granny. My granny, I knew her. She was born 1912. I have enough history that I could look back on to realize, oh, I'm not the problem. Oh. And not that makes me feel happy, but like, they've been trying to attack my lineage since before then, but the person that I knew was born 1912. Since 1912. When I think of all the things my granny lived through, my great-grandmother, who I call Granny, we all call Granny, like 1912, she lived through an economy collapse. That's why I be asking her, Granny, what did you do? Girl, what's going on? She lived through an economy collapse, okay? She lived through the Great Depression. She lived through Jim Crow. My great-grandmother has lived through some things. There's enough. If we listen to our elder stories, there's enough history and proof that it's not our fault. They're always going to move that. Hi, Cultural Misfit. Hello. Yes. Shout out to all the eldest daughters. We are exhausted and learning. I'm trying to learn how to have better boundaries, but yes, we are tired. Okay. Tired. Society is draining. It is. Oh, thank you, Jamal. Yes, please like and share and support if you're enjoying the stream. It would be lovely. I agree, gorgeous one. It would be nice to have that sense of stability. It would. It would. Like, I feel like my whole life has been kind of like transient. Like, there hasn't been any place that I could really put roots down. Yeah, and then with all the gentrification, I don't know if anybody's from the DMV, y'all know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of gentrification happening. So it's like grief. There's deep grief of our home, not just our house, but our home, our safe places being taken over because somebody has more money. I did a whole podcast about artists and how, like, they were, whatever. I was talking about the Kennedy Center, but I was also talking about how they gentrified our area, right? Bohemian Caverns was a historical place on U Street in DC that is no longer in operation because of gentrification. Our Black history is being erased. Our landmarks, our home, our safe places, our blackety black places are being replaced by these white businesses because of gentrification. And I used to work in DC, and the mayor would come to my place of business and her friends. I'm not a DC resident, so I keep my thoughts to myself. But I was a DC resident. That's not true. I was a DC resident at a time. But yeah, she brought in her white friends to come in there and gentrify the place. And this guy, I remember being at work, and this guy was talking to me. I was working the register. Why is this white man talking to me? Leave me alone. And he basically said, he asked me, he was like, do you like the gentrification? First of all, hello, who are you? Why are you talking to me? I'm just a lowly, I just want to keep my job. Why are you asking me questions with my boss around the corner? And I told him, I said, no, I don't like it. Well, come on, you have to like all the new businesses and da-da-da. I don't like it. And I don't like the people that are coming in here. They have no respect. They think they're better than the people who are here already. I don't like it. And he tried to convince me that gentrification was a good idea. Like, it's not just colonization. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's not what you asked for. But yes, I agree. I agree. You're literally do you like colonization, little Black girl? Working minimum wage with no health care benefits? How are you liking this colonization? How are you liking your wage slavery? What? Anyway, let me calm down. I feel like I'm way behind. Way behind. Oh, wow. I am way behind. Kenny. I don't like her. I'm so sorry. I'm pro-Black women. I am. But she's not pro-Black people. And I don't like that. I don't like that. So, yeah. I'm still Hi Birdhouse. I'm still waiting for an answer. My granny, that was my great grandmother. So my great grandmother passed away in 2002, but I'm still waiting for an answer. I'm still waiting for wisdom. I feel like I'm getting it in little pieces, but I feel like answers like this, like buy a black woman lunch. Let's start small, right? How do you survive? We take care of each other. How did my granny survive? She was taken care of, and she took care of other people, you know? And so I think community, community is the first thing I'm going to go to, because my people are not rich. Like, I come from a poor family. Rich in culture, rich in love, rich in talent, rich, just rich, right? Rich people, but impoverished. Not because of their fault. My people are talented, they are hard workers, and they're also black in America, right? And so when I really had to sit there and think about it, like, how did we survive? Intergenerational living. When my granny's husband passed away in the 70s, she moved in with her daughter, right? When her husband was living, I never met him. I never had but I heard he was a lovely man. When she was living, my aunt lived with them, because my grandmother and grandfather had a bunch of kids and there wasn't enough room in the house, but they all lived down the street from each other. So they were able to be a community. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. The greed is really upsetting, especially when I hear that they are planning to build a moon base. Why do you on the moon? Let me share that. Let me get some Gil Scott. Hold on one sec. Whitey on the moon. I'm going to share this with y'all. If y'all haven't heard it, please listen to it, because we've been here before. We have been here before. Copy. Paste. Okay. Uh-oh. Hold on one sec. Let me see. Paste, if it'll go through. Okay, there we go. So that's Gil Scott Herring's Whitey on the Moon. But yes, they're planning to build a moon base. It grieves me to think the moon could be colonized. The moon that belongs to all beings. I think these white people are barbaric. And I said what I said. I said it. Barbaric. The way they deal with Mother Earth, you don't need to go to the moon. You can't even handle what you have. Y'all don't even know. You know what I'm saying? The nerve, the gall of these people. The gall of these people is crazy. Like, but yes, the job market is terrible. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Call her NDA. NDA. Sorry. Hello. I thought I was a shoo-in for this RBT job working with autistic kids, and I found out today that I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Your grief is real. Your feelings are valid. Because, like you said, you're more than qualified for the job, and they need help. As somebody who knows people who work in that field, they need help, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hi, doll, for real. Gentrification is colonization. Exactly. They are moving into my neighborhood and they won't even speak when they pass. Okay. Where are we at yesterday? Yes. To this. Yes. And I think that's the thing, right? Like, you're not just colonizing the area. You're not, like, you are bringing your anti-black culture here, right? Like, you're not assimilating to our culture. They want us to assimilate to their spaces, right? But when they move into black spaces or other people's spaces, they don't want to assimilate or even respect the culture that is already there. In my neighborhood where I grew up, everybody speaks. Even if you don't know who they are, you wave, hey, how you doing? That's how you know that they're a safe person, by the way, right? Okay, that person can be accounted for. I told you, my mom knows everybody. Okay, my mom and her friend, they know everybody. It's a few of them. It's my mom, her friend, another gentleman who lives in the area. But everyone is accounted for, right? Then you come into the community, you don't speak. We're going to look at you strange. Hello? And we were somewhere yesterday, and I was walking into the building, and this white man was walking out, and he made eye contact with me. And I don't know what it is about. I'm just going to say this. I don't know what it is about white folks and they lack of manners. This is not it's 2026, baby. You're going to speak. I'm not going to move. I'm not getting off the sidewalk. I'm not moving. My ancestors did that too much because they had to, because it was the law. I'm not doing that. So when he's walking out the building, I make eye contact. Hello, how are you doing? And then he runs away sheepishly. I'm fine. Because what, you going to walk through me like I'm not here? You see me. I'm tall. You see me. Anyway, but yes. Ugh. My grandma always reminds us to grow a garden every year. Yes, it's a piece of her survival skills passed down. Thank you for sharing that, Daryl, online. Thank you. Agreed. I live in an apartment, and so I don't have land, but I have a balcony. And so I'm hoping to be able to have like a balcony garden soon. But I have a hydroponic garden, and I'm learning to grow things. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. So yes, that also, y'all write this down for any ideas. Gardens, please, gardens. All right, let me come down. That's real. The lack of manners might be annoying, but it is also useful data. It is. That's true. I am thankful for it. Same. At least you're not hiding. That's true. At least you're not pretending. I have been working on a system to end food apartheid, and I would love to join you on this on a lot. I would love that. Okay, hold on. Because okay, I have dreams for the future, y'all. I'm trying. Okay, this is my stack of cards. These are my seeds for the year. These are ideas. Some of these cards are not written on, are they? Oh, they are all written on. Okay. Well, these are seeds for ideas that I have, and I want to have live streams called like Let's Save the World, and I do want to have conversations with people because I don't know everything. I'm not gonna pretend that I know everything because I don't. So I would love to do that. Let me write down your name. If you could, would you mind emailing anybody who also wants to be a part? hello@aliciarenice.com. That's my email. Please feel free to, and I'm gonna write your name down so I'll be on the lookout for your name. Thank you. Okay, yes. But yes, I would love that. I would love that. Because I need help. I can't do this by myself. I can't do this by myself. All right. Yay! I just got a hydroponic garden too and some seeds. I love that. Isn't it exciting? It's so exciting. I'm growing, and I'm growing mostly herbs. Dill. Okay. I grew dill and basil last time. Dill and basil grow really fast. So I had to put them in their own pot. So dill and basil. I'm also growing lavender, lemon balm, thyme, cilantro. I said lavender already? Lavender. I'll look it up later. I have my notebook with me. But yes. Okay. Yes. I've been... That is a... I had a visceral reaction to reading this first few words. I've been shoulder checked by white people, young and old, just from walking down a sidewalk and refusing to cower out of their way. That is enraging, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And yes, they do that. I was in Whole Foods. This had to be a few years ago. At Whole Foods. And you know how you stand? How I move is if you are close enough. Okay. If I'm close enough to a person where their hands were, if their hands were outstretched and I would come, I'm saying, excuse me, right? So I'm standing in front of the, what do you call it? The shelf at the grocery store. And maybe it's like this close to me. Maybe like this close. This white man gonna walk right in front of me. And I said something. I said, excuse me? And he didn't think I was going to say anything. He turned around and of course he got upset. Well, you saw me coming through. No, sir, you saw me standing here. I'm not going to move out of your way. And they don't like when you have a response. It's almost like they take up space knowing that they're supposed to be here. Baby, I'm not the one. Not anymore. I'm tired. Again, I told you, I knew my granny. She was born 1912. I am tired. We are tired of the fire. Shout out to Janelle Monáe. Where is my notebook? Hold on one sec, because I need to tell y'all what I'm growing. Hold on. About to take my thing with it. Okay. Yes. All right. So I am growing. Ooh, I'm getting tangled. All right. I am growing oregano. Okay, that's what it is. Oregano, parsley, cilantro, thyme, peppermint, sage, lemon balm, and lavender. Everything has sprouted except for cilantro and sage. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. And with the dill that I'm growing in the pot, I want to make some dill pickles. I want to make some I want to make with the basil. I'm out of breath. Why did I run? With the basil, I want to make pesto. I want to make it myself and see if that's fun. But yeah, anyway. So yay, thank you for sharing. Love that. Okay. Oh, Chica! Chica, don't do us. Cilantro is good. I understand though that some people have that a gene where it tastes like soap. I don't have it though, but it tastes good to me. I'm so sorry. Me and my bestie and my cousin all have gardens, and one has chickens. I would love chickens. Yes, and we trade no money needed. Yes. Okay, I should have said this. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to you, Birdhouse Craft, and your family. My mother grows a garden every year, and she gives her garden away. She gives the food away, the yield away. She grows a garden. She gives the tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers. What she be going? Tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers. It depends what she grows. Potatoes, sweet potatoes, watermelon. Sometimes we had watermelon one year. They'd be so cute and small. I grew a gourd once, just for experimentation purposes only. But yeah, and when it grows, she gives it away. No money. She doesn't, because she loves growing. Because she has growing hands. I know this is usually used for hair, but she has a green thumb, I should say. She has a green thumb, and she loves being with her plants. She loves communing with her plants and things like that, and she gives it away. It brings her joy. Yes, that. Exactly. They pretend it like they don't see you. Exactly. Yay. Hi, Daughter Nature. It's good to see you. Yay. I'm so happy to see you in your beautiful face. Thank you. It's been a while. I know what it takes for you to be present, so thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I've been exhausted. Thank you. Well, I feel like I'm gonna cry. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've been dealing with a lot of fear because I'm gonna have to step back, not like from not creating at all, but not being so front facing. I think it's really draining. It's really tired. Oh wait, yay! Shout out to Cultural Misfit. She donated to the Buy Black Women Lunch. Thank you so much. And someone else? Oh, privately. Okay. Thank y'all so much. If you don't know, let me reshare it in here. I'm raising money to help send Black women. Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm raising money to help send Black women lunch. 10 Black women, $500, $50 each. Just cause. Okay. But yes, I don't know. I have been feeling the need to do less, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that I feel like I've been giving myself to the internet and to the algorithm. Oh, I'm all off track, y'all, but it's okay. It's fine. So I'll just talk about it now. The internet goes too fast for artists. The internet is too fast for artists. I'm a slow artist. I'm a slow person. Meaning I take my time. I don't mean it in the ableist way. I mean it in the way that, like, I take my time, and I am not an industry. I am not a machine. I am not trying to industrialize my art or my art practice. Yeah. And so I've been doing things slower. I have, I'm sure I dropped something. I'll pick it up later, but I put out, it's like a little chat book. It's called Incomplete Thoughts. This is the first one that I made for myself, so I gave it to myself. It's like all messed up or whatever, but I'm so proud of myself. I'm feeding less of myself to the internet, less of myself to AI, less of myself to these platforms, because they don't deserve me. Flat out, like, and I don't mean that in like, oh, I'm better than anybody. No, I don't mean it like that. I mean it to say that I'm trying to create in ways that are sustainable, and creating just for an algorithm online is not sustainable for me in the way that I create. I think that some people it's good for people who work like that. I don't work like that. My art takes years to craft. It takes time, and I want it to take the time it's going to take. I don't want to rush myself through my art practice. And so that means that I have to choose to do things differently. So Incomplete Thoughts, I should be doing all the things, sharing all the links. I will in a second though. Instead of waiting to write a book, like a whole book, I handmade, printed out my own little chat book, right? With my own writing, my own thoughts. And I'm not waiting until I have this big book to put it out. I'm just going to put it out in little, I guess, series and a collection. And so I released the collection number 1 already, and I'm only creating 100. I don't want to be always selling. I don't want to be always marketing. I feel like I'm trying to check in with myself and see, what does Alicia like? How does Alicia like to create and share? And in what ways can Alicia create and share that feels safe to her? And for me, it doesn't feel safe all the time to be seen all the time. Personally speaking, AI specifically, y'all know that I'm anti-AI. So sorry. But recently, and shout out to those who messaged me, somebody took my likeness and this is not the first time this has happened. Somebody has taken my image from videos online, uploaded them to AI, and then put somebody else's voice behind it, and it's my face speaking, but it's somebody else's voice coming out of their mouth, and they're selling things to black women. And I can't tell you how violating that feels. I can't tell you how angry that makes me. Because I think I told y'all before, I be wanting to wear a mask anyway. I don't like being perceived all the time. I don't like being seen all the time. And so when you said that, sorry, that's why that almost made me cry, because I feel violated. I feel like somebody has access to my person without my knowledge and is using that money to scam other black women. That makes me so mad. Sorry. And it's bullshit. All this is bullshit. Like, all this is like, the way that we consume people is so gross. The way that we treat people like Barbies is so strange, right? The way that we animate people in ways that they are not animated is very weird. And so, I don't know. I've just been wanting to do less of feeding myself to an algorithm. Because what the hell? Like, that's basically like my thought. It's so enraging, and there's nothing you can do about it, because your image is in, my image is in that system forever. Anyway, so we talk about AI and like these ways that are like distant. No, this is real life. And I'm not the only one that's happened to. I know people who are online right now that's also happened to. I've seen it. I've seen the image of the likeness of other black women being taken and used. And this is happening a lot. It's like digital blackface, basically, where basically a lot of companies are taking black women's image, their likeness, right, and animating it to sell black women things. Because they know black women are supportive. They know black women are generous, right? They know black women want to support other black women and other black women's businesses. And instead of being honest and being like, yeah, you know, we're a white company or whatever, I don't even know what the company is. But instead of saying that, they assume the body of somebody else. It's so yuck. And as somebody who has been sexually assaulted, it feels you feel powerless. And I don't like feeling that way. So I'm going to do less internet stuff, less front facing. That's why I've just been doing podcasts. I don't have it in me to keep, you know, this is my face. This is my mommy's face. And I know, like, sorry, this is the face of everyone who made me. Does that make sense? It's sacred to me. My body is sacred to me. My body is mine. My body is my safe place. You know what I'm saying? And so right now it just feels like the internet is in a very weird space where there is no regulations on this stuff and people can just do whatever they want. And like, this. Yes, exactly. Thank you, gorgeous one. Exactly. It's not okay. And yes, being consumed while you're still alive is egregious. And that is exactly the feeling. Consuming black flesh, black ideas, black genius, black energy is foundational. One of the foundations, not the only one, but foundational to America, right? It's foundational to the West. Consuming black bodies, making a spectacle out of them, tearing them to pieces, right? Taking the parts that you find valuable from it and putting them on something else. Like that's America. And so when that happened to me, that's the feeling that I felt. It's the rage that I'm not the first person this happened to, and I probably won't be the last. There are black artists who are being ripped off. Their music is being fed into AI, and they can hear their voice, but they ain't never sang that. They can see their face, but they never pose like that. They don't talk like that, right? But you're being animated in a way that other people want you to be animated. Commodifying our bodies, even digitally. Yes. And it's very weird because AI is very rapey. I don't care what you say. AI is rapey. The way that people are talking about, well, what do people say? There's nothing you can do about it. This is all there's going to be. You might as well just take it. What does that sound like? What does that sound like? Anyway, I'm getting impassioned. And there's nothing wrong with passion. I'm just I know that there's a mic here. I don't want to yell. But like, what does that sound like? You will take this. You will do this. You don't have a choice. So anyway, and because the internet goes too fast, for artists, and because people don't actually appreciate art and the time that it takes and the years that it takes, the stories that it takes, right? The study, the practice, the showing up and showing up again, people don't appreciate the artist's journey, and they don't appreciate the artist because the artist has been made a slave and they have been taught to enslave themselves. And I don't want to enslave myself anymore. I'm tired. And I don't know what that means financially. I don't know what that means going forward, but I know that something in my soul is saying tuck away. So I'm going to share my Patreon. Everything is not behind a paywall on my Patreon. Some stuff is for free. I have episodes of my podcast without the ads in it. Just in case you don't see me. Exactly. Sounds like taking away consent. Exactly. That's my Patreon. If you want to support me, I would really appreciate that, y'all. Let me ask, would you mind supporting me on Patreon? I am not too proud to ask for support. And also, if you don't have it, still follow me, because you'll still get stuff from me, because I share stuff for free all the time. But I just the YouTube, the Instagram, the AI of everything. I just don't feel safe. And I don't feel like my genius is being honored. I don't feel like a lot of artists are being honored. Really? So anyway, this is where I'm going. Hi, Lorenza. It's good to see you. This is where I'm going. So Birdhouse Craft says, maybe the revolution will have to be the inability to be consumed. And that's why I'm taking my stuff offline. That's why if you have it, you have it. If you don't, you don't. Right? And I'll do public readings and stuff like that. But I'm trying to take all my stuff off of Google. I'm trying to take all my stuff off of everything and trying to reclaim my things, reclaim my art practice, reclaim myself. Yeah. So that's my Patreon. Thank you for bringing that up, because I literally, I wasn't even thinking about talking about that today, but yes, thank you for that. Hi, hello, it's good to see you. I have no solutions. That's okay. But I have heard of some folks trying to poison their data. Yes. Apparently you can screw up AI with data consumers cannot see or hear. Just a thought. Yes. I literally saw this earlier. Like, people are putting wrong information online so that AI doesn't work. And I love that. I love that kind of revolution. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to them. Like, cause yes, poison the AI, cause they're poisoning us, literally. Okay. I am so sorry. It always makes me sad. First of all, I'm sending you so much love. It makes me sad that these experiences are so relatable, but I'm sending you so much love, and it does feel like that. It feels gross. It feels disgusting. It does feel that way. Okay. I'm gonna go back. Yeah. So, oh, by the way, if you see that ad, it's not me. If you see me on somebody's ad somewhere talking about buy this, it's not me. I don't have the bandwidth for that. I don't have the energy. I get emails all the time about sponsorships. I don't take them, because most of the stuff is just crap. No offense. Most of the stuff is just crap or fast fashion or stuff I don't use. So I don't do any sponsorships. So yes, please. Thank you. Yes. Report the ad if you see it online. Yes, please report it. Please report it, because they use me, and I'm not going to say the other people I saw, but there are people who are prominent figures online, like, to me, like, not saying they have like 50 million subscribers, but like Black women in the same arena, their likeness is being used as well. So please report it if you do see it. Okay, let's see. What else? Oh, okay. Sorry, y'all. This is supposed to be an update, and it's already an hour and a half long. But thank y'all for hanging with me. Just a few more things I'm going to share. Speaking of Patreon, on there, I'm doing a project. It's an eco philosophy project. It's called Honeysuckle and Spanish Moss. And it's just an audio project where I'm talking about nature and my philosophy around it, what I learned from it, my experience about it. I love nature. And I tell stories, those kinds of things. I might have 2 new songs on my Patreon that I have not shared online, because I don't want them to use that for AI training. Yeah, I have podcasts on there. I have personal projects and everything in between. I'm a multi-passionate artist, and Patreon allows me to be a free-flowing artist, and I can do whatever I want, without the penalty of being punished by an algorithm, without being stolen from, as far as I know, by AI. You know what I'm saying? Because AI has not gone over there to Patreon yet. I hope it never does. But yeah, so like, that's where you'll find me for the most part. It's just on Patreon. So if you have the 5, if you have the 10, you got the 15, please support your girl. Okay. I really appreciate that. If you don't have it, please just follow me anyway. And please sign up for my email list. That's really important. Because I have things coming up and I'm so excited to share that with you. Let me share this. This is my link to my email list. And while I'm here, I also have a travel/adventure channel. I don't know what I'm going to be doing with that. I'm just having fun. I walk in the woods. I go places. And I also want to share like trips that I started sharing on my regular channel over there. So I'll be putting repeats there. So if you see the repeat, you can ignore it. But basically, I'm going to be traveling more. I love being in nature and I love moving and going places. So that's where I'll be sharing that stuff. My email list, I did that already. And of course, like I said earlier, please, more than anything, we're trying to raise $500 to send 10 Black women lunch who need it. So please, if you have it, 5 for that. If you don't want to give it to me, that's fine. Just give it to the Buy a Black Woman Lunch. I would really appreciate that. Okay. Anything else I want to say? Oh yeah, Black Girl Creative is coming back in time because I'm a slow artist. And I am also creating another Patreon for Black Girl Creative. And it's going to be the same thing. Pay what you can. But basically, I don't want to, what I had before was too complicated. It cost whatever. And so I want it to be accessible. So that's my goal for this Black Girl Creative. I want to do like a summer camp kind of thing going on. We'll see, like going live. I'm still, again, I got my seeds for spring. Where are my papers? Basically on these, I keep wanting to say Post-its. These are not Post-its. These are index cards. Okay. On my index cards, I have ideas for things because that's how my brain works. I have a lot of ideas. And what has been really helpful is writing each idea on a card and fleshing it out slowly, right? So you see all this, these are all fleshing out ideas for one idea. So for the garden, I have ideas for the garden. I'm still fleshing it out, but I want to help Black women. I realize I want to help Black women get in touch with their creativity and follow their dreams in an easy way. That's it. I want to help Black women get more creative, get in touch with themselves, and pursue their dreams in an easy, accessible way. That's what I really want to do. I want to help us decolonize our creativity. That's what I'm really going to be focusing on this year. Because we need our creativity for the times coming up. We need our creativity for today. And they're doing everything in their power to harm it, to hurt us, to make us feel less confident, right? Yeah, put this in order. But yes, I think that's pretty much, is that everything? Okay, yes, I'm also recording podcasts, all those things. Sign up for my email list, please, because on my email list, you can actually opt into Black Girl Creative if you want to follow Black Girl. You don't have to if you don't want to. If you're not creative, that's okay. But that option is there. And yeah, things that brought me joy. I'm going to close out with this. We've been all over the place today, y'all, but thank y'all for being here with me. Thank you for listening to my heart. Things that have been bringing me joy. I made black eyed peas. Can I get a hand clap, please? I made black eyed peas, and then black eyed peas was bomb. You hear me? And how I know it's bomb? My mom doesn't like black eyed peas. She's not a black eyed peas kind of girl, okay? And when I made that black eyed peas and I saw her eat the black eyed peas and smile and be like, this is good, I said, I done it. I have done it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. I was really proud of myself with them. Thank you. Thank y'all. Thank you, gorgeous one. Thank you, Miss Fadira. Thank you. Exactly. Jamal had some and he said they were good too, period. They were good. And we ate them things till they were done. There might still be some more left. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. Yay. I was so proud of myself. Thank you, Chica. I had never made black eyed peas before. Thank you, Lorenza. And I did that. Like, and when I tell you I did that. Like, that thing cooked for hours. Them black eyed peas cooked slow and low for hours. Then I made some greens. And I'm really proud of those greens because the greens were grown by a black woman at a community supported agricultural farm. So please Google, if you want to see some in your area, Google CSAs. CSAs. Hold on. It is community supported agriculture farms. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Community supported agricultural farms. Those are farms. Those are basically like almost like a small business, right? And they're local farms and they're supported by community. They take care of, nourish the community. So please, if you want to buy some organic food, see if you got some in your area. Sometimes they pop up at farmers markets. That's where I got mine from a black woman's son. And I was looking at him, I was like, you got a black mom. And so he does. And it's so interesting because when she came back to the booth, there's a smell. Okay. There's an oil smell called Black Woman, and I have it. And it's a scent that I like to wear too. And I was like, I smell black women. I was like at this farmer's market with all these white people. I was like, I smell black women. And I turned the corner and there she was. And so she grew it with her own hands. And I felt so proud that my greens were loved on by black women. Right? Ah. Yes, a CSA. There you go. Oh, thank you. I'm hoping the ancestors are proud because I did that. I was so proud of myself. Thank you, Book Baddie in Recovery. I appreciate that. Yes, I did my big one. Thank you. Thank you, doll, for real. Yes. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I started using Ecosia since Google, has gone full blown. Yeah, that too. Google's going AI. I don't even understand what's happening. Thank you for sharing that. Let me write that down. Thank you for sharing that, y'all. Here is an alternative. That's the word I'm looking for, to Google. Ecosia. Thank you for that. Because, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. I hate having to type the thing and then be like, minus AI. Girl, I don't want AI. Stop trying to make fetch happen. Thank you, Birdhouse Craft. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, there's a black woman afoot and I smell her. I know she's near. And she was. So, yeah, so I cooked them greens. I cleaned them. Well, you're supposed to clean them. I cleaned them. I stripped them from the what do you call them? Like the spine, in the leaf. Cut the leaves off. Rolled them up. Cut them up. Okay, put them joints in. I did I put onions and garlic. It was good. And I really felt proud of myself. And so I also realized from cooking that the stalk, thank you. What I say, the vein? If I take my time to cook, I like to cook. If I can have fun, if I can make it an artful experience, if I can use all my senses, if I can use a bunch of ingredients and a bunch of like onion and garlic and peppers and you know what I mean? It's fun. It's a lot of fun for me. Really? Minus AI still be giving me AI. It's too much. Because nobody asked for all that. Okay? Nobody asked for all that. Thank you, Chica. Yes. What else? Again, my hydroponic garden is growing. That's been giving me joy. I also am taking care of a ZZ plant. Listen, my ZZ plant almost died, y'all. I was watering her too much. And she was wilting and like dying. I said, absolutely not. And I call this plant Grandma. After my grandma. And I was like, you cannot die. And so the ZZ plant actually, and it literally is a ZZ plant, actually likes neglect. And so I've been learning a lot. Like, because y'all, I don't know if y'all can tell, I'm working through my anxious attachment style. And so like, I'm like, oh God, please don't die. And she really thrives on neglect. Who would have thought? I have an aloe plant, a jade plant. Usually succulents die on me. They're okay because I think I do too much. My spider plant is thriving. My snake plants are thriving. Chica, please. That's what I was doing. I'm waterboarding grandma. My bad, girl. What else? What else do I have? I'm growing some from the dirt, like with seeds. I don't know if y'all can see that. But there's some dirt in here, but there's a seed in here of a chamomile. There's a couple of chamomile. I'm also growing dandelion on the inside because I love dandelion. Exactly. They like to be left alone. And I'm like, oh, okay. So it's almost like I had to learn to respect her boundaries, right? Like I had to learn, oh, okay, girl, I'm doing too much. It's me. I'm the problem. I'm the drama. It's not you, it's me. So yes, this is crazy. I did not know that. Yay. Oh, DuckDuckGo. Thank you. Yes, Jamal put me on a DuckDuckGo. I need to start actually using it. Google, you done messed up. Thank you so much. So yes, So we have DuckDuckGo, we have Ecosia. I think that's how you say that. But yes, thank you so much for sharing that birdhouse craft because we do need alternatives. We do. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna read you all to close out an entry from my notebook because this goes back to what we were talking about earlier about being tired. And yes, fearing rest. All right. All right, here we go. So I watched this interview. That's crazy. I feel like I watched this interview recently with Rashida Dow and Erica Totten. Erica Totten. And she went live with Rashida Dow. Let me find the video so y'all can watch. It's a great video. But she was talking about how she moved to Mexico, to Merida specifically. And let me see, Rashida Dow. And one thing that she said I resonated with, and it was very much about how like her capacity has changed now that she is resting. What she could do before she can't do now. So let's see, let me share it. Copy. Hey, there we go. Paste. Okay. And so this is what I said. This was last year actually. October 12th, 2025. I wrote down, as I rest, lost a page. Oh well, I'll find it later. As I rest on my sabbatical, my capacity is changing. I cannot hold what I held before. It wore me out. It was destroying me. Everything has to change. I am not the same. I am made new. I have recognized and realized my softness, my divinity, my freedom, my joy, my power. In order for me to be well, I must be kind to myself. I must absolutely adore myself. It is a blessing to be me. It is a blessing to know me. It is a blessing to love me. And loving myself is an art, right? So beyond, I need to show up and keep creating art for these people, loving myself is an art, right? Like that is an art as well. This is what I was going to say. Okay. And the reason why it was really hard for me to rest is because I feel like I was addicted to labor. I don't even know if that makes sense, or just traumatized and scared. But this is what I said. I'm addicted to labor because that's what's been the shortcut to get the love I've been looking for. Again, this is also October. This is October, I think it's the same day. 15th. Okay. I am addicted to labor because that's been the shortcut to get the love I've been looking for. It only comes when I labor. People celebrate me and praise me, and that is proof that I am loved. That I'm not saying that that's true, but that's how I've been taught to think. Look at me. Look at how many people love and approve of me. I must really qualify for love. When you are praised and loved for your usefulness, you can't root your enoughness in yourself. You're always going to be asking for permission. So I recenter myself. Labor, hustling, and grinding is not authentic, and it's not authentic to me, and it gives me measly rewards, right, for being a happy cog in their wheel. And so, all that to say, like I needed this year off, or that year just like to figure out, to fumble around and to get back in my body. It's taken me years It's taken me years to get back in my body. And now that I'm back in my body, I don't want to leave her anymore. I don't want to speed up. I don't want to do too much. I'm not interested in pleasing you or impressing you. I'm not interested in trying to be a good girl, or trying to be a good capitalist, or trying to be a good worker. I'm trying to live a good life. I'm trying to be healthy and happy. And there are things that I have to do, i.e. pulling back from this a little bit more. And I'll still be sharing things. I'll still be posting things, but I have to live a whole life. And I wasn't living a whole life before, if that makes sense. So that's basically where we're at. I'm going to close out with a song. I don't know why it felt so churchy to me. But let's see. Oh, sorry, y'all. I just saw these messages. Give me one sec. Yep. Especially when social media is all about hustle and grind in a different way. Yes. Keeping up with the algorithm, overconsumption, etc. I don't blame you with join now. Will join now? I appreciate you. If that's what you said. If not, that's also okay. No pressure. But thank you. Yes. Come down. Oh, hearts to you. Thank you. Yes, my travel and adventure and nature channel, whatever it's going to be, it's called Alicia Be Going, because I just be going places and doing things. I need the black tech Robin Hoods to lock in and find the IP addies to who doing digital blackface. Correct. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Not the people who are trapped by the government, but the other ones. I know y'all watching. Help us. Help us, please. Daughter Nature says, I'm a slow burn. Me too, yes. Sometimes I feel like I'm creating now. Oh, yes. Sometimes I feel like I'm creating now for my next lifetime. Yes. Yes. That's how it feels. That is, I love that. I feel this. I love that. I love that. Ooh. Farming While Black book or Googlepedia. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. Buy Farming While Black. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let me see. Farming While Black. Oops. Ooh, and it's a film. Okay. Well, I'm gonna put the Farming While Black film here too. Copy. If this is the same thing. If not, ignore. But I think it might be the same thing. All right, let me calm down. Sorry, I'm just reading this. JB says, I don't have enough characters to provide too much context, but I went to a free AI workshop. The instructor spent 3 hours showing us AI generated pics of her dog in elementary. See, it's just, for what? Why? Everything that is generated is stolen. It's stolen. But yes, it's not unless. It is stolen. Okay, let me come back down. Ooh. Okay, this might be a little, this might come a little later, but try some buttermilk cornbread with those delicious peas. Okay, I will. I'm not gonna hold you. I love a Jiffy's. I don't know. Is that bad? I love Jiffy's cornbread. So I might do that, but I might do it from scratch later on. I got to figure out that recipe. Oh, really? Quiet as it's kept. You can dice those stems and cook them too. Oh, thank you. Okay. I'll know that for the future. Thank you so much. Meanwhile, I'm just like, oh, I don't want that in there. Thank you. Yes, cooking is meditative for me too. When I go slow, I put on music, enjoy yourself. I love that. Yes. Okay, let me see. I love that. ZZ plants are a living parable. I love that. And it is. And she's teaching me so much. She's teaching me so much. Girl, relax. Do less. I don't need all that. Trust me, right? Trust that I know what I'm doing. That is, especially because I have a lot of water plants. I think I told you I have snake plants and spider plants. They're water lovers, right? I have a pothos. I have a pink princess pothos. Can I show y'all that? Hold on, let me show y'all, because they're so cute. Hold on. Okay. Yay. So this is my pink pothos. It's like a pink princess pothos. And they're called that. I don't know if you can see that because it's pink. See the pink? Has a bright red stem and half green, half pink. Oh, so pretty. So these are like water lovers, but yeah, grandma said, nah, I don't need all that. So I'm just put her right here until I'm done. Yay. Okay. But yeah, so learning, right, that like everything is not a one size fit all. I have to learn the personality, the temperaments, the boundaries of the plant. So yes, completely agree. Hi, Kiji. Hello. Kiji1. I've been trying with my indoor garden, but everything kept dying. I feel that. I'm so sorry. Trying again soon. Yes, it's just an experiment, right? I have to learn because I feel so bad when I kill plants. Oh, I feel so bad, but I have to have grace with myself. It's okay. You are learning. And then I also learned me and my mother went to a plant kind of like a workshop, and I learned things like plants need to let go of their leaves like we let go of dead skin, right? And that helped me feel better because my plants be dropping like, okay, this is enough, but they don't need it anymore, So it's an experiment. Have grace with yourself. Do something small. Do an herb, start with a plant that is forgiving. I say do snake plants. They're pretty hardy and they're pretty, like I have one right here. Ugh. A snake plant. They're pretty forgiving and they're pretty kind. They don't really need a lot. They don't fuss a lot. And she's growing. So try a spider plant or a snake plant, I say. Yeah. Or pothos. Pothos are very forgiving too. You can literally put those in water and let them be, you know? So yeah, it's just start small, small and kind. Yay. JB says, I just got a spearmint plant. I made my first, oh, that's so cool. I made my first cup of tea earlier this week. That isn't it such a satisfying feeling to be like, I grew this. I'm in relationship. Like you are in relationship with your spearmint. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you know, it's greeting you when you come home or when you come in the vicinity. It gives you peppermint. And a lot of those plants, I don't know if peppermint is like that, but basil, for example, the more you cut basil, the more she grows. So like it's like a give and take. It's a reciprocal relationship. That's the word I'm looking for. Reciprocal. Yay. That's so cute. My daughter said, when I play music and dance, my food tastes better. I love that because it's made with joy and she can taste your spirit, right? I love that. Oh no. Lorenza, it's okay. I had a big mama ZZ died on me too. Yes. Oh, I'm so sorry. It is always such a sad day when that happens. It is. It is. Oh, no worries. No worries. No worries. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm glad you made it too. Thank you. Thank y'all so much for being here. Love Jiffy's down. Okay? Jiffy's is good. I know it's not real. I know it's not the real cornbread. Oh no. Now I'm getting dragged. It says, oh no, no, not Jiffy. We gotta have a cook. Listen, I'm down. If somebody wants to show me how to cook some cornbread from scratch, I'm down. Just have grace with me. Because it's cooking cornbread is such a fine balance because you don't want it to dry out, but you also want to make sure that it's cooked all the way and trying to find that perfect. My dad and my mom cooked some good cornbread. My dad specifically, I remember, but I did not inherit. I did not inherit that gene. No, not Jiffy. Oh no. Yeah, she is pretty. She is pretty, right? Just a lovely, lovely girl. I don't want to drop her. She's heavy. Oof. Hating on Jiffy's is crazy. Listen, it's good enough for me. But no, I want to be able to make it from the scratch. Yes. Yes. Oh, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. That's hilarious, Chica. Not hating Jiffy is anti-black. Y'all are crazy. Period. She said I stepped my cookies up. I know that's right. Plants are really the best way to get color It is, right? Plants are really the best way to get color combination inspiration. I completely agree. I have some flowers here. Jamal got those. They're like, you can't really see them here, but they're so pretty. Plants are so like, they're so lush and unapologetically colorful. I love that. Oh no, I need the cornbread secret. No, listen, no judgment. This is a safe space. Call her NDA says, I need the cornbread secret because mine fell nearly flat once. Oh no, that's sad. Cornmeal. Okay. Make it from cornmeal. Yes. Nature in general. Absolutely. Absolutely. Nature is gorgeous. She is flashy. She makes no apology. She takes up space. She's colorful. She's fragrant, right? Like she's lush. Oh, I love nature. Bird of Paradise. Bird of Paradise is gorgeous. Oh, really easy to care for. Okay, I'll look into that. Thank you. Ooh, mint or basil. I love that. And I gotta look that up. Oh no, you killed a snake. It's okay. No judgment. It's okay. It's okay. I have killed a lot of plants in my day. I have killed a lot of succulents, and they say succulents are the easiest to plant. How? How did I kill that? I have killed succulents, aloe. I feel so bad. Jamal brought some succulents home from work and I killed them. Oh. To this day, I feel so bad about that. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. I have a ponytail palm plant. Let me Google this. Hold on. Ponytail palm. Ooh, okay, yes. Hold on, let me share my screen so y'all can see too. How to do this? Share screen. I love how whenever anybody's looking for something online, it's like da 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 da, da 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 da. Like we make up noises just to fill in space. Okay. Okay. I need to see. This is Google. I went straight to Google. I have to practice going other places. But yes, this is a ponytail palm. Okay. That's kind of cute. Oh no, not $16 for sale. I just want to see a picture. Why can't you see a picture image? Okay. That's pretty. That's very pretty. That's interesting. I don't know if y'all can see that. Hope y'all can. Ponytail palm care. Ooh, gorgeous. Yeah, that's cute. That's okay. You are in company, okay? You are in a safe space. I hope that the plants forgive us. But they go back into the ground, they become something different, right? The energy doesn't die. It just becomes fertilizer or what is it called? Compost. It becomes compost. The information becomes compost, right? The fact that we killed the plant, okay, we know not to do that next time. That's information we can use later, right? And then the fact that it went back into the soil, it can be used as compost literally, you know? Yay. I'm cracking up. Some of these plants are for the streets. That's cute. I want a snake plant so much. Yes, it's considered a protection plant. Yes, that's what I learned. So the thing that we went to was it was like a hoodoo plant kind of thing. It was beautiful, but they were saying that snake plants, because they look like swords, right? They are protective plants. And I was like, oh, that's dope. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of her so much. I'm like, thank you for staying with me the long way, girl. Thank y'all for growing. Thank y'all for having grace with me. Yeah, you're so welcome. Thank you. Oh, I love this. I just started my indoor tea garden in a hydroponic planter. Lemon balm, mountain mint, and Thai basil. I love that. I love that. Yes. I'm going to look into Thai basil too. I think I saw that, but I was like, I don't really know anything about this. But that's lovely. I love that. My auntie says the people with the greenish thumbs have killed. Really? Well, that makes me feel better. So let me finish reading this for those who are listening. My auntie says the people with the greenish thumbs have killed the most plants. Then I feel like I'm in good company. I feel like I'm on my way. So shout out to everybody who has killed plants. We're learning. We're on our way. Don't stop. Keep going. Keep going. I have heard of hot water cornbread. I have never made it, but I will try. My friend from Louisiana, what part of Louisiana is she from? Her mom came to visit and she made the whole house gumbo and hot water cornbread. Let me tell you something. That was delicious. That was delicious. So yes, I would love. Jiffy is good for dessert. Shoot, I eat that with my meal. Ooh, okay. Thank you, Yolanda Williams. So here we go. 1 cup cornmeal, 1 cup all-purpose flour. I'm gonna star this so I can come back to this later. 4 teaspoons, not tablespoons, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, half a cup of a teaspoon salt, 1 cup of buttermilk, 1 egg, and 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. Okay. I'm gonna try it. Oh, really? Oh, come on. Well, that sucks. Thank you for sharing that, though. Now I got to throw out all my Jiffy. I had to throw away some sausage because I didn't throw it away, but it's in there. I just haven't eaten it because I don't like throwing away food. I hate it. But it had not nitrites. Something that it doesn't need to have, but it's to preserve the taste and freshness of the sausage. Just give me sausage. What is the chemicals? Like, anyway, but yes, it's all bad. Okay, Jane Blaze one says, cornmeal, flour, salt, sugar, baking powder, milk, eggs, oil. If you want to be jazzy. Oh yeah, I want to be jazzy. Use buttermilk in place of milk and butter. Oh, excuse me. Use buttermilk in place of milk and butter in place of oil. Staple ingredients, if you already have them, is easy. Okay, I'm gonna give them a shot. Chica, don't do me. Chica, I'm trying my best. Oh, thank you, Jamal. I felt so bad. I was like, I thought I was doing the right thing. I don't know. I'm so sorry. When I am brave enough for palms, yes, that's okay. I'm low light. Okay. So it needs a lot of light. Okay, that's good to know. I guess that makes sense. It's a palm. Duh. Like, thank you for sharing that. Yes, Chica's coming for me. I was going to take that secret to my grave because the way everyone said snake plants were easy. Listen, we listen and we do not judge. I am not going to judge you for killing nobody's plant. Okay. I am not going to judge you. But yes, people do say snake plants are easy. Yeah, they do say that. And it's okay that you killed it. It's okay. I've killed succulents before as well. Okay. Killing plants that makes me so sad. I know. Killing plants make me sad too. It took me years to give it a try and have plants again. Yes. I agreed. I feel like I had a lot of trauma around killing the plants. And so every time I would buy a plant, Jamal would be like, I don't want you to be sad if it doesn't if it doesn't turn out well. But luckily, I don't know what's happening. Maybe because I'm listening and I'm more present with my plants. Like honestly I don't know. Because I feel like because they have grace with me, they are alive. I'm grateful. I love my babies, but they're doing most of the work. They're taking the sun, okay, and turning that into food. They're the ones doing the work. But I'm grateful to be stewards of them and caretakers of them, and give them a good life. That's funny. That ponytail plant reminds me of stress. Yes, that it kind of honestly. Let me see. Can I share this again? There we go. Okay. This reminds me of anxiety from. Now I gotta look it up. Anxiety from Inside Out. Yes. Okay, hold on. Let me share the other one. Share. That's what this reminds me of. So yes, I get that. That's cute. Also, this movie is excellent. It made me cry. Inside Out 2. I was just crying. Because I know what a panic attack feels. Sorry. Oh, oops. I'm so sorry. No spoilers. But I know anyway, at some point a character has a panic attack and I know what that feels like, and it just felt like, "Oh my god, this is such a beautiful description of how that feels." But you see it in cartoon. It was phenomenal in my opinion. That's all right. That's all right. Yes, taking notes of these plants. Yes, please do. Please. Starring this too. Put some oil in a skillet and lit it warm in a 425-degree oven first. Okay. Then remove the skillet and add cornbread batter. Then place back. Okay, this is good to know. This is good to know. Thank you. Because I'm gonna be honest. Cooking with a cast iron is intimidating to me. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing when I'm cooking with a cast iron. And I know, don't take my black card. But with a cast iron, it just feels like, oh, you gotta oil it. It's just a lot. And I get overwhelmed very quickly. So if I can go slow, I can do this. I bake cornbread with self-rising cornmeal when it's not jiffy. Okay, I didn't know that they had that. Let me start this too. Thank you. Okay, I've learned that naming your plants help them grow and survive. Do you have a name for your pink pothos? I don't. I was thinking about calling her Princess because it's a princess pink pot, but I need to figure out her personality more. And I have 2 of these. So I haven't picked out a name for her yet. But I do have hold on one sec. The ZZ plant's name is Grandma. Hold on one sec. I have a prayer plant that is growing. She's down right now, but she moves. And she's growing another little baby. Oh my goodness. This one is a new one. This is a new leaf. And she's growing a new leaf here. And she's in a self-watering container because she likes humidity. And she likes to be in a tropical kind of environment. But this is Maryland. So we're going to do what we got. So yeah. So this is my prayer plant. I haven't named her yet. But she's growing and she's happy. And I'm so grateful. Coming. This is another pothos, I believe. No, hold on. Pothos, I think. Her name is Cutie because she's so cute. And she's always facing the sun. You see how her leaves are going towards the sun? This is Cutie, and this is a pothos I got at a clipping I got at the Hoodoo event that I went to, and she's growing. This leaf on the inside is new. So she's happy. I'm so happy. So let me put these back. Okay. And I think those are all the names I have. I believe I have an aloe plant, a jade plant. Jade, I think I'm just call her Jade because I like that name. And Aloe, don't really know her name yet because I want to get her personalities. But yes, but I will name them. Thank you. And thank you for giving me a reason to share my my babies. I know. Now I want cornbread. Yes. Yes. Oh, BHT, thank you. That was the chemical in sausage. So I just stopped eating it because why is this in here? Why is this in here? And it's a carcinogen. For sausage is already bad enough. You know what I'm saying? It's already bad enough. Oh, Kenny, I'm so sorry. My cornbread came out flat once. I almost cried. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Hi. Hello, I can't see this. Optimistic Avril. Hello. That's a beautiful name. The app is called the Merlin app. Let me see if I can. Yay. Okay. So let me give you the website, the Merlin app. Copy. Is it copy? Yes. Copy and paste. So you download the app on your phone and you allow it when you sign up and all the good stuff. You allow it to hear, you give it access to your microphone, and you allow it to hear the birds singing, and it'll tell you what birds are near you. I love it. It's my favorite thing. It's one of my favorite things. Ooh, I like extra eggs. Okay, make it cakey. That's good to know. I like my cornbread supple and moist. You know, I like it moist. Krusty's, I've heard good things about Krusty's. Krusty's has a good honey cornbread if we not talking homemade. That's real. Oh no. Go take care of the baby. That's so funny. Hi. Umiyabode. Hello. Hello, you all. Your resident non-cooking, non-green thumb baby boomer just stopping by to say hello. Hello. Hi. And you're in good company. Okay, we are learning. I am learning how to develop my green thumb. I love that. Meanwhile, my neon pothos is in the shower, freshly watered. I love that. My mother said that. She said take the pothos in the bathroom, but I don't know where to put it. Or I'm not going to knock it over. I'm clumsy, so. Ooh, this year I'm doing purple basil in addition to a bunch of purple flowers and even purple corn. And I found purple tomatoes. I love that. Yes, I can. Can you feel the royalty garden theme? Absolutely. Absolutely. It does look like anxiety. That's so funny. Speaking of cartoons, these Gen Alpha kids don't know what cartoons are. I don't even know what a Gen Alpha cartoon is. Okay, I'm sticking to the classics. Give me Gumball. Give me, and this is obvious. I'm a millennial, so bear with me. Honestly, I'll take Felix the Cat. I'll take Betty Boop. This is the stuff that my mom, that I watched with my mother growing up. Popeye the Sailor Man. Then when I had an option to watch things, we should do a whole live about that. Let's do that. Let's do a live about cartoons later on. Because yes, there were some bops. I remember, so now, or when I was an adult, I would watch Gumball, Adventure Time, Regular Show. There are a few more. But I like those kind of cartoons, those kind of quirky, but they're more adult themed cartoons. Yay. Oh, 20 minutes. Okay, just 20 minutes. Okay, cast iron is very forgiving. If you can lift it, you'll be fine. Okay. All right. I'm going to take y'all word for it. I'm going to take y'all word for it. Yes, warming the oil in the oven is the first key. Okay. That's for any type of pan you're cooking in. Really? Star. Did not know that. Thank y'all. I'm trying my best. Thanks. My mother is the plant mommy of all mommies. And she got that from her grandma too. Because my grandmother had plants in her house. My mother's home. I'm going to take a picture one day and show y'all. Plants. Just plants overtaking the house. Plants on the walls. Plants on the banister and the stairs. Plants everywhere. Okay? Aloe plants, snake plants, spider plants. Plants that have been in water that are fine. Like, she's goals for me. I'm just starting out. And then when I give her my plants, I had this money tree that was small. I don't know if y'all remember that. But there's, whatever. If you're new here, you might not have seen it. But I used to have a live where my money tree would be nearby. That money tree is taller. Like, it's almost as tall as I am now. My mother's green thumb is out of this world, okay? I don't even think it was supposed to get that big. But they love her. They love her. Oh, that's so beautiful. I love that. My friend gave me a plant and I named it after them. I love that. I love that so much. I love that so much. Oh, yay. Thank you. Thank you. Let me show y'all my ZZ and then we'll get up out of here. Hold on one sec. Let me show you my ZZ. Because I'm proud of this girl, okay? I'm so proud. Okay. So this is a ZZ plant, right? Her name is Grandma. She's very, she likes to be left alone. And she's growing a little baby. How can I show y'all this? Hold on. I don't want to disturb her too much, but if you can see, no, maybe this side. If you can see right here, you see the little baby? She's growing a little baby. I'm so happy. Okay, and this, let me see. Okay, so you see this leaf here? Let me see if I can show y'all without. This leaf here, how it browned? That was from me overwatering her. Like she was starting to wilt all over. So there were a bunch of leaves like this one on her, and I had to prune her. And I was worried that she had like root rot or something because I was overwatering her. But I just put her in a new pot, and left it dry for like, no lie, like 2-3 weeks. I didn't touch her. I said, girl, you not finna die. Like, that is not gonna happen. And I was really worried. I was really stressed, but the stress signals went down, and she's good now. I'm grateful because I thought she was gonna die. And my cousin Jeremy, he was telling me like, yeah, ZZ plants are very temperamental and da-da-da. So I was stressed. I was like, oh, here he go. What he said is true. And look, Jeremy, she's alive. Shout out to my cousin Jeremy. He's another naturalist, and he's so smart. He's so intelligent. Hold on one sec. But yay. Thank you for caring about my plants. Yay. I'm so happy they're thriving. That means they're happy, and I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. No, I wouldn't mind, but no, I don't have any. I don't even know where I would get that, where I would acquire it, but I wouldn't mind. It's legal here, so I wouldn't mind. There's everything right with plants having a front and back. Yeah. Easier to support when they get big anyway. That's true. That is true. That's true. I heard you mention hoodoo. Are you still a practicing Christian? Ooh, book baddie in recovery. No worries. Am I a practicing Christian? No. I think culturally, like, that's always going to be there. I have a lot of, I'm deconstructing. That's what I'm saying. I don't know that I have all the answers yet. And I don't know that I'll ever have all the answers, but I just know that that's not for me right now, today. There are a lot of things I don't like. I don't like how, specifically women, I don't like how women are treated in the Bible. They're just non-existent. I can go on a whole tangent. I don't know if y'all want to hear that, but we could talk about that now or a different time, whatever. But I'm careful with what I'm saying because I don't want to, everybody's on their own journey, and I'm not trying to prescribe anything to anybody, but for me, I wasn't getting what I needed. I realized following Christianity to a T, right, was harmful to me. And there was a lot of stuff that we had to say over and over again that I didn't believe. I don't believe that I was born in sin. I don't. My mother celebrated when I came into the world. I was not born in sin. I don't believe, right? Like, there's a lot of things there. If you want to ask a specific question, you can. But as of now, no. I am. And it's interesting because whenever I say that, I always fear like, oh God, people are gonna leave or whatever, because that's that fear, that abandonment wound that I have. But also, like, being a Christian required me to abandon myself so much. Like, it required me to abandon myself, my mind, my thoughts, my body so much. And I was not embodied. I was not whole. I was fractured. I was telling myself things that I didn't believe, that I wouldn't say about anybody else. Like, I'm not no wretched being. Are we okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then, this is just an aside, But you got people in the Bible like David who are supposed to be a man after God's own heart. David is a rapist. Are we okay? So, and as somebody who survived such horrors, I don't see myself I don't see myself I don't feel safe with a God who calls rapists a man after his own heart. That does not make me feel safe, right? So there's a lot there, but yes. I hope that answers your question. I don't know. Does that answer the question? But yeah. So I appreciate, let me say this. I appreciate the community that I gained. I appreciate the Christianity that was passed down from my mother and my grandmother. But I also understand that I have a lot of thoughts about that. I understand my people are just good people, right? You take care of people because that you were wired to do that, not because some God in the sky is going to punish you if you don't. You feel me? My people are just good people. And I also think Black Christianity specifically is a very different Christianity than a lot of white people practice. And I also feel like hoodoo is also mixed up in Christianity. Like that's a whole whatever. And so like a lot of our traditions that we are taught to demonize are actually very just Black, right? Very Black spiritual things. And yeah, and it's a constant in different places. And so I don't believe that I was born in sin. I believe that I was born of my mother's blood, and she went to death's door for me. She went to death's door for me. My mother is a holy and sacred person. I was born in love. My family cheered for me when I was born. My granny, my great-grandmother, who was born in 1912, when I was born, came from Philly to Virginia Beach to take care of me. I'm not wretched. I'm loved. I am supported. Right? What am I being redeemed from? What have I done but be born? Why is that? Why? Right? Like when babies are born, we're not looking at those babies and saying, and this is not to you. Let me take you down. I'm not saying this to you, but I'm saying in general. When babies are born, we're saying, oh, what a precious gift. What a precious baby. What a precious being. We want to cradle them and hold them and take care of them and protect them, right? Imagine saying to a newborn baby, oh, you're born in sin, so one day you're going to have to get on your knees and confess your sins and turn. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Also, I believe that a lot of Christian beliefs allow people to get off the hook for things that they should be on the hook for. I think that we talk about like this grace in this like grace we don't deserve. That doesn't exist in real life. Like that's not right. Like this rope is getting on my nerve. Okay. I have not violated someone's body, but somebody within the faith has done that to me, right? It doesn't feel good when the father who is supposed to be vengeful and loving and caring has more grace for the person who violated you than you being violated. And if I don't forgive the person who violated me, I'm going to hell. That's not a God I want to serve. Does that make sense? Like, if that is the God, if that God is that cruel, if that God is, I don't want to serve that God. And the problem with Christianity for me is that it doesn't allow you to be honest. You can't be honest and be Christian. Not really. You can't say this doesn't make sense. You can't ask questions. I remember I was in church one time, and this was like the last church that I went to. And we were talking about, what were we talking about? How Paul told women to be silent in the church and sit in the back. And I asked the pastor, I said, why? Why did Paul do that? Right? And this is coming from me at the time. I wanted there to be a reason that wasn't misogyny. Like, right? Like I was looking for I don't know why. But I think, when you're born into it, that's the air you breathe, right? Like that's the water you drink. It's second nature. And I know a lot of people like look at Christians like, oh, y'all are stupid. Stop doing that. We are indoctrinated. I'm not gonna speak for y'all. I was indoctrinated to believe that I was worthless. I was indoctrinated to believe that my life had no value or meaning. I was indoctrinated to believe that unless somebody bled for me who was lynched, right? Then I was not going to be redeemed. That God would not hear my prayer or see my face if I was not drenched in blood. And for me, I have a very vivid imagination, and the image of that just was unsettling for me. It was just very, why does it require all of this, right? If God makes good things, then how can I be a bad thing? Something is off, right? Like something is off. So I don't know. That's just kind of where I am right now. And I give grace to myself. I don't, I give grace to myself. I didn't know what I didn't know, and I still don't know what I don't know. And I'm open to learning. And there are other beliefs and other understandings and other not even doctrines. That's not the word I want to use. Other spiritual beliefs that actually feel closer to the person that I actually am, right? I feel like we're not, especially if you're born into Christianity or whatever religion, really, like you're not really given an opportunity to assess your values and what you believe and see if it lines up, see what lines up with it, if anything at all. Some people are just like agnostic, and that's fine, whatever. But I think that when I really was honest and I sat down and I weighed what I value and what I believe and what I understand to be true against what I was taught in Christian spaces and churches or even just the Bible or pastors or whatever, it didn't add up. I don't believe that if a man doesn't work, he doesn't eat. I don't believe in that. I think that's silly. I think that's barbaric. I don't believe that people are born into sin. I don't believe that babies, precious babies, right? Like I don't believe that I'm a wretched thing. And again, the people of the Bible that we're supposed to look up to as heroes are villains. They are villains. Lot is a villain. Lot threw his daughters out to be harmed because he didn't want men to be harmed. Villains. And this God doesn't seem to like women. This God doesn't seem to have mercy for women. The fact that women are born and have less value monetarily than girls, I should say, little girls and boys, babies. Baby girls are seen as unclean for longer days than boys are. Don't sit right with me. Sorry. Women having to prove that the marriage is consummated by seeing blood on the sheet, which is barbaric, does not sit well with me. It's violence. And I was talking to Jamal about this, because as I'm on my deconstruction journey, and I was like, a lot of men, especially in the church, don't know that they're misogynistic buttholes, because misogyny is the breakfast they eat in the morning. When you talk about reading the Bible every day, right? You're supposed to read it because it's your daily bread, right? But what happens when that daily bread is misogyny? What happens when that daily bread is ableism? What happens when that daily bread is elitism, supremacy, genocide? What then? What then if that's I don't want to read that. I don't want my eyes. You telling me not to lay my eyes upon anything evil. That is evil. So that's where I am with it. I don't know. It's a lot. And I also have decided, with all my fear and anxiety, because let me tell you something, walking away from faith is hard, because you're not just walking away from your beliefs, you're also walking away from community. You're walking away from the assurity, right? Like grieving, like, oh, if I go through hell on earth, then I'll be in heaven in the great by and by. That's kind of like, even that is kind of like the defeatist attitude. No, I can make heaven here for everyone. We don't have to wait till the great by and by. We can do it now. What? There are a lot of people who are Christians who are waiting for the world to end, who are happy that the world is ending violently because now Christ is coming. Forget those people that are starving. Forget, like, what are we, like, it's okay. Like, to them, they're just fodder. They're just extras in a story, and they center themselves as a main character. And I think that's evil and foolish. I think it's short-sighted and wicked. Every being deserves a good life. Every being. Decent or humans. The birds, okay? The grass, the moss, the trees. Every being deserves a good life. Deserves heaven on earth. And we can make that happen. But I feel like personally, I feel like a lot of Christians, and if it ain't you, it ain't you. If it ain't you, it ain't you. But a lot of Christians have a really defeatist mindset. Oh, well, the world's going to end anyway. Who cares? What? I don't think that a lot of Christians realize how callous and cruel they sound. You know? I don't know. And selfish. I don't know if I said selfish, but it's inherently selfish. Like, well, I'm good. I got my God, so I know where I'm going to be. I'm going to be in heaven. I can't talk to y'all. You're going to be in hell lifting your eyes up at me, but I'm going to be in heaven. It's disgusting. So for me, that's just not the kind of person I am. And I realized, like, I never needed the Bible to know not to steal. I never needed the Bible to know not to kill nobody. I never needed the Bible. Like, I'm Alicia, right? Like, my morals are from me and my mother and my family, my parents, my friends, right? My elders. They shaped me. And I never needed the fear of hell or damnation to do the right thing. I never needed that fear. My fear is, oh no, if I don't do this, somebody's going to die. Like, what? Like, that's my fear. I don't know. I keep saying I don't know, but really I'm just nervous because, like, I tend to keep my beliefs to myself because I don't want to sway somebody either way, but it's just not for me. And also, this God is a woman hating God. This God is an ableist God. This God is the God of man. And I mean man as in, like, XY chromosome man. Those are the only people that fare well in this religion. The elders don't fare well. Like, we're talking about, even when we tell the stories about, okay, when we're reading story, let me say this, and then I'm gonna start wrapping up. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm talking a lot, but I feel like if you're a person on the margins, if you're a woman, if you are queer, if you are poor, if you are if you're in a body that operates differently than how white men think your body should act or should operate, if you are, I said poor already, if you're on the outside, if you're not a Christian or a Jew in the Bible specifically, then nobody cares about you. The fact that every time I talk to men about the Bible, not every time, but a lot of times I talk to men about the Bible, they don't even realize that women aren't even in it. Privilege. And you're blinded. As a man specifically, you're blinded to that, right? Because the Bible is about you. It's not about women. It's about seeing women as things, right? It's about, the only women in the Bible are women who support men. The only women who are celebrated in the Bible are women who support men. Esther, what's her name? Naomi, Ruth. And everybody else is Lot's wife. Such and so's wife. So and so's daughter, right? Like, no name. Meanwhile, the men get a whole, the father of, and beget. Women, you're just celebrated if you help. If you have added to the story of Jesus or the lineage of Jesus. Otherwise, you don't matter, right? And how do I know? Like, you read the Bible, you realize they live in an ableist culture. People are lying on mats, jumping into pools of water, hoping to be healed. Shame. We live in a what is it? A society where our elders are not cared for. We talk about the story of the older woman who put in her last pennies or something like that. Like, oh yeah, well, she gave everything for the Lord. Why did she have to? Did y'all not know that? So Jesus sat on the side, I don't know, whatever. Jesus sat on the side and watched this poor lady put all of her savings into the church and said, that's a great thing. No, it's a failure on society. Why are our elders who don't have money putting money anywhere in the church when they have more than enough? That kind of stuff. So when I read the Bible, it's hard for me because when I was practicing Christianity, I would read scripture that I liked, right? So like things about living in harmony with people, Galatians, things about reconciling differences, right? Things about, I love the creation story because I love nature. Like, I love creation itself. I'm looking out the window at it, right? There are things that appeal to me, but taking it all, I couldn't do that. And I had to be honest with myself. This is not, growing up, I was called an animist and I was told that was demonic because I see spirit in everything. Everything has a spirit. Everything should be respected. Everything. This plant has a spirit. When I'm watering my plants, I'm talking to her, right? I'm asking her what she needs. Is she okay? Right? Like when my ZZ plant was being overwatered by me. Okay. Waterboarded, as Chica said. Like, I'm in relationship with, these are not just things, these are beings. That's how I feel. That's what I believe. And the fact that I was told in church that's sinful, I did not understand that. As a kid, I didn't understand that. I don't get it. How is that sinful? If God made it, then shouldn't I be treating it like it has the fingerprint of God? Right? No, but a lot of people use scripture to disqualify people from love and care. Even people who go out to go feed people in the church, there's always, not always, but oftentimes there's often a ulterior motive. You're not just feeding them to feed them. You're feeding them so they come to your church, right? You're not just giving a word that is encouraging because it's encouraging to give. You're giving a word in hopes that people tithe. It's a performance. And it's not all churches. I know it's not all churches, but it's a lot of them. And I don't like it. I don't like it. In my mind, if, I don't know if even that's Christian. My view is that we all live in harmony. We take care of each other. We take care of the elements. Excuse me. Sorry. And even if people believe differently than me, I'm not going to withhold goodness from them just because they're not of my faith. That means everything I'm doing is performative. It's not true. It's not honest. So don't do it at all. You know what I mean? If you're doing it to get something in exchange, that's manipulation, coercion. And that's what this country is doing, right? We see how far Christian supremacy can be taken. We see what's happening with the country being rededicated, right? Rededicated like it's a being, rededicated back to the church, reconciled back to the church. And what does that really mean? If you don't believe like we believe, you're nothing to us. I've seen with my own two eyes, people, my queer friends being mistreated by the church. Don't like it, hate it, but will use their talent. Will underpay them. Shame on the church. Shame on us. Shame. We talk about we got all this power and there's people starving. We got all this power and people are unhoused. We have all this power and people are being harmed in our churches. Yeah, no, I'm out. And I've been through so many instances where I or somebody else has been harmed, but because this person is either a pastor, minister, has a high position in the church or whatever, they're protected, like David. Like David was protected. And it's crazy because people will talk all day. Bathsheba, when people hear Bathsheba or Jezebel or, I'm trying to think of other names. What's her name? Rahab, Mary Magdalene, right? All these women have been torn apart. All these women have been labeled, and again, I have no problem with sex work. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they have been demonized by the church, by men specifically, right? Bathsheba was a victim. Bathsheba's husband was killed on the front line by David because he wanted to sleep with her. And this is a man after God's own heart. Does that sound like he's safe for me? Does that sound like this God is safe for any woman? No, because that God protects rapists. That God protects murderers. And then, as a punishment, this God killed Bathsheba's baby. Like she did anything wrong. And the fact that none of this is ever talked about in the church and how wrong it was, because no one's willing to be like, David was dead wrong. That was dead wrong. That's awful. Because people can't be honest like that, because then the whole thing falls apart. What other villains are we hiding under the cloth of God? In real life. That's how you get these abusers in churches. That's how you get, no offense, Marvin Saps telling people to shut the doors. That's how you get these people yelling at people on the praise and worship team because they're shouting, because they're in high spirits. How dare you upstage me? I've seen firsthand too many women, Black women specifically, be harmed under the guise of Christianity, and nobody comes to their rescue because they are nothing. Because in the Bible, women are nothing. Women are things. Women are property. Literally. I would say, honestly, check out some law. It'll make you mad, but look at some laws in Deuteronomy, right? For the women specifically. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So long story short, so sorry. I just, in good faith and good conscience, I cannot. Period, Chica. The name Bathsheba eats and does. Period. That's hilarious. So yeah, that's kind of that's kind of where I'm at. And it's grievous because everything everything you were taught, you have to confront and really do the and I think that's the thing. I think Christianity allows for a lot of spiritual bypassing. Um and I've been guilty of that, right? Like, because when you actually apply critical thinking, when you actually ask the questions and interrogate it, people don't have an answer. And so for that pastor that I asked, why are women sitting in the back of the church? His response was not good enough for me. And his response was something like, well, the women were just allowed to come to the church. Okay, so that's misogyny. So so this is the first time women were allowed to be in the church to hear the message. So if this was their first time hearing it, why would they be in the back? Why would they be in the back? If this is their first time, they should be in the front. No? Hello? So they can hear, see, understand? No, it's because it's misogynistic. There's no way that you can butter that up. There's no way you can butter up Lot throwing out his daughters to be harmed by men who wanted to harm those angels that came in his house. Because why did he do that? Because women were seen as less valuable than men. Yeah, so thank you for asking. I get passionate about a lot of things. They call you demonic because we live in the upside. Yes. In the upside down, they are actually demonic and you are actually divine. I appreciate that. Thank you. And so are you. And that's what I believe. Like, I believe we're all divine. These plants are divine, right? Like, these herbs in my hydroponic garden are divine. The people, the sanitary workers are divine. The bus driver is divine, right? The sex worker is divine. And if you don't believe that, then I don't believe you. And then Christians be like, well, I love. You don't love. Love is an action. Love is action. Love is action. What loving actions have you taken? It's not enough to just say it. What have you done? What have you sacrificed? What have you laid down for somebody else? Not for the church, not for Jesus Christ, for somebody else. If not, I don't want to hear it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so for me, I'm just like, yeah, I'm good on that right now. And yeah, so I'm still figuring myself out. I don't believe, and shout out to Got to Be Oshun because she talked about this too. I don't believe in serving a God that hates me. I don't know what I did to disqualify from love, but be born. And I feel like it's very easy for Christianity and capitalism to be like this because they're kind of the same, right? You have to earn your value. You have to earn your respect. And if you don't qualify, if you don't meet those standards, then you're useless. And I also don't believe in, this is how I felt before. And obviously, like, I don't feel that way anymore. Because I still talk to my ancestors. But the idea that my granny, my best friend, the person who came down to take care of me when I was born, wow, that's crazy. In her 70s and 80s. That's wild. My granny loved me. Yeah, I don't believe, I don't even know what I was about to say. But even as I say that, all I have are signs that I was loved, right? Like, I don't believe that I was born in sin. I don't believe that I was born. Okay, let me say this. This is what I was going to say. I don't believe in a God that would create beautiful humans with beautiful personalities and beautiful faces and hands and spirits and souls just to throw them in hell. That feels like such a waste. What a waste. I used to feel that way when people would pass away who are beautiful people. They're just not anymore. They just don't exist anymore. What a waste. How could that be possible? It's just unfathomable to me, right? And so I think leaning into talking to my ancestors, like, yeah, leaning more into hoodoo, learning more about African traditional religions, right? Like, or traditional spirituality, right? I don't even want to say religion because I feel like that's anyway, but learning that has been helpful. That has been grounding. And that has been almost like a saving grace through this deconstruction process. Because when I'm trying to tell you, when I was like, listen, when I started deconstructing, I felt lost. I felt purposeless. I felt scared. I felt rejected. I had a friend that we're not friends no more, but when I told him that I was questioning my faith, he basically threw me away. Because I was no longer the Christian hope. I never proclaimed to be, honey. Don't look at me, okay? Look at yourself. I don't know what I'm doing. I've only been here once in this iteration of life, right? And I feared rejection. I still fear rejection. And I still have in the back of my head that fear I'm unlearning of hell. That is a doozy. When you're raised to fear hell more than anything else, it's hard to get that out of your mind. It's hard. You know? Meanwhile, we already in hell. What am I afraid of hell for? Like, what? We're already here. It's already happening. But yeah. This. Why is talking to my ancestors who are real people demonic, but talking to Sky Daddy, whom I've never seen, isn't? Hell, okay. And to that point, right? I knew my granny. I knew my grandma. I knew all my ancestors who have, like, the ones that I call on anyway, that have passed. They loved me. They were not evil. There was nothing demonic about them. I have a personal relationship with them. And if, right, let's say, even if you don't believe that our ancestors are responding, that's fine, whatever. But let's say that they are for a second, okay? Why would they want bad for you when they didn't want bad for you when you're living? And why do you think I'm not smart enough to be able to tell the difference between what is evil and what is good? What is wicked and what is good? If my great grandmother responded to me, right, she wouldn't say anything different, right? Like, okay, so yeah. So anyway, I'm deconstructing. I'm honestly trying to get back into my body. I'm trying to be a devotee of myself. Okay. I'm trying to give myself self-love and devotion that I need, that I didn't get. Like, there's so much abuse that I took for Christianity. There's so much suffering I took because I thought that was the way to salvation. I thought that was the way to holiness, was sacrifice. But when I look around, it's only Black women sacrificing. It's not the men. You know what I'm saying? And they have nothing to show for it. So, yeah. My granny loved me. This God that I've been pining after, and also, like, let me also say this, and this is, I don't mind sharing this because whatever. My father left when I was very young, and it's not lost on me that a part of my pining after God was pining after a father in some regards, because they say, oh, he's the father to the fatherless. I have not, I'm just going to say it, I have not felt fathered by that God. Okay. And that God reminds me of my abusive father. My father was abusive. My father literally told me, like, and this is, sorry, trigger warning. My father literally told me that he would take my life. My biological daddy, father, daddy. I don't know. Anyway, that's from a show, Laser Wolf, whatever, inside joke. But the father that I'm supposed to be praying to that wants to smite me, I'm supposed to see as safe when my own father wanted to kill me? That don't make no sense. My father literally said that to me while he was, I don't know what, listen. And I told him, I said, do it. Because I was tired. That's how tired I was of my dad's stuff. I said, do it. I don't want to be here anymore. And I was a kid. I was a child. So no, I don't find safety with that God. And in the times that I cried for him to save me, he didn't come. And all that forgiving and turning the other cheek only led to my further abuse. It left me unprotected. It left me uncared for. It left me believing that vengeance is the Lord's, and vengeance never came. It had me fearing being angry at people that I had the right to be angry at. It had me fearing hating people that I had the right to hate. I have the right to hate you if you hate me. If you want to kill me, I have the right to hate you. I should hate you, right? To protect myself. Christianity tells abuse victims to forgive their abusers or else you're going to hell. I can't do it. So yeah, long story, but this is like the fifth time I tried to wrap that up. But yeah, heavily oppressive. And now that I have come out of that, I am more of myself. I feel more free. I'm happier. I'm less depressed. Now I still have, your girl got some diagnoses, but that's okay. We're working through it. I'm less depressed. I'm less heavy. I'm less stressed, right? About this fear of never getting it right, never being good enough, never being good enough. I never felt good enough. I never felt worthy of love. Like I felt like that scripture that said everything you do for God is like but filthy rags. That's how I felt. I felt like a filthy rag. Who can stand to live? No wonder why I wanted to get off the face of the earth. No wonder why I wanted to leave. No wonder why I didn't want to live. The Father who created me, the Creator who created me, hates me. Why wouldn't I want to get up off this earth? And the only way that I'm going to experience freedom and pleasure is in death? I mourn, I grieve for me, I grieve for so many who have lost themselves to this religion. So many people not chasing their dreams because God said don't. So many people afraid to say I love myself. I was afraid to say I love myself because I was afraid God was going to smite me. I literally have a poem and I'll read it to y'all some other time. But the first line is, I hope God don't kill me for loving myself too much. I hope God don't hate me for loving myself too much, for caring for myself too good. For not starving I was starving myself fasting. I was starving myself begging for my Heavenly Father to pay me some attention. Like, that religion was harmful to me. And as somebody who already struggles with disordered eating, that was not good. It was not because the more hungry I felt, the holier I felt. And that's dangerous. The hungrier I felt, the holier I felt. The weaker I felt, the holier I felt. Because this God hates flesh. If this God hates flesh, then he must hate my pleasure. He must hate my joy. He must hate things that feel good to me. Right? So there's, thank you for asking. Yeah, I don't have anything necessarily against Christians. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel that way. I don't feel like, oh, y'all are stupid or I don't feel that way. For me, it's just not working. And I'm excited to journey through my life and figure it out, figure it out as I go. But there have been people who've been very helpful on this journey. Even people like Stephanie Perry, Gatsby Oshun, Marissa Price. There are people, Jamile, there are people, Chica, there are people who I've been, Vitamin, Level Up Single Mom. These are people who literally like locked arms with me. Lorenza, people who don't mind that I'm in process and I'm questioning and I'm figuring it out. People that are patient with me and showing me another way, that this doesn't have to be this way. And I'm grateful for them. I'm grateful. Because when I tell y'all, like when you leave faith and there's nothing else, like you feel like you're free falling through life and you feel like you're going to die. Like it feels like your entire identity is gone, Erica De Niro TV, period. Like there are people, right, who at the beginning of my journey, I was a little like, I don't know, but it's, and I appreciate them because they drop little seeds. I was like, I don't know. I don't know if that's safe. I don't know. I'm not sure. But dipping your little toe in, like, oh. Wait for the lightning strike. Oh, okay. And I'm not in a what is the word I'm looking for? Not in a what is the word? In a mocking way either. Not like, oh, don't smite me. No, like seriously, with deep fear. Okay, please don't smite me. Because again, because we're taught that God is a jealous God and God will do anything to get you back to him, right? And so people fall sick and they say, well, that's God trying to get me back to him. People have been abused and say, well, that was God trying to I don't want to be abused back into this relationship. I'm not trying to be jumped back into Christianity, right? Like, no. So there was fear there, but there were so many people who were beside me being like, you're going to be okay. It's going to be okay. People who gave me permission to question. You know what I'm saying? People who gave me permission to actually be a whole functioning human being and not perform Christianity, So shout out to y'all. Y'all know who y'all are. Love y'all so much. Wow. Did you ever watch Joseph Solomon? He left Christianity and he had 1 million people following. No, that name That name sounds familiar. I'm gonna look. Hold on, let me look him up. Joseph Solomon. That name sounds so familiar. Joseph Solomon. Is he black? Oh, yes, I do know him. Yes, he's a musician. Yes, yes, yes. And yes, and I saw him at Poets in Autumn. I remember he was in excuse me, my nose is running. He was in town. Sorry, I was crying. Sorry, y'all, excuse me. I'm a human and I do human things. But he was in Poets in Autumn with Jackie Hill Perry and Preston Perry. This is back, back when I was in my Christians. And I like poetry anyway, but it was beautiful. And I saw him leave the faith and I was like, oh, wow, that was shocking to me. And that was before that I gave myself permission to question. But yeah, let me see if I can show y'all. Share screen. And I keep going to Google. I got to stop going to the Googles. Okay, can y'all, let me see. Okay, there we go. Can y'all see that? Why is it smaller? Anyway, he's an amazing singer, a poet, an artist, and he also has a YouTube channel. Is this like his covers? This might be his covers. Oh no. Oh yeah, this is his covers. But he has another channel where he talks, too, where he shares his thought. And I thought that was very brave. At the time, I'm gonna be honest, I was not feeling it because I was like, oh no. But now I get it. I do. That's why listen, I know there are probably people who are like, oh, Alicia, you, nah. And I get it because we're all indoctrinated to do that, to be like, you're going to go to hell. And honestly, that was my fear of people walking away from the faith. That was my fear. I don't want you to burn forever. I don't want you to leave and go to hell. It was never, I'm better than you. But yes, he is an amazing singer. He is. Thank you for sharing that too. Let's see. Ooh, as an elder in this space, hi, thank you for being here. Yes, I feel blessed that you're an elder. 72-year-old grandmother with 9 girls. I love that. Thank you for being here. Seriously. I highly recommend Iyanla Vanzant's Tapping the Power Within. Okay, I'm going to write that down. Oh, here it is. Tapping the Power. The power within. Yay. All right. Thank you for sharing that. Yes. Thank y'all. Yay. Literally, when I was little, I was told I was vain for saying I love myself, right? Messed me up to this day. I now carry a lot of hate for the people who hated me. Yeah. They especially hated my joy. Yes. It's like we're taught to be martyrs, especially if you're a Black woman, right? You're taught to be martyrs and love it. And that is your lot. Meanwhile, the men ain't being no martyrs. They not being Jesus. Okay, not saying, hanging themselves or whatever on the cross. I'm saying in general, they don't sacrifice anything. So yeah. Wow. Royal gets it. I'm so happy for you being brave enough to walk away. Sorry, it's me. I'm just getting tired. I did it a long time ago. I'm happy for you too. It's scary. It's scary. And even with my friends, I don't even talk to them about my bestest friends. I don't even talk to them about a lot of the stuff. There's my friend Jordan, he and I be talking because we be here. Okay. But for a lot of my friends who are still in the faith, I don't want to share that. I don't want to share too much with them because I don't want to affect their journey. Right. I want them to get to where they're going without being, influenced necessarily. And I also, to be fair, I love them down, but I also feel like whenever we have these conversations, because we're taught to defend the faith above all else, right? That whenever I offer something, it's that second nature thing for them. Let me defend the faith. Let me defend the faith, which turns into let me defend myself, right? But I'm not coming for them. So yes, I completely get it. Yay! I'm glad you're on lunch break. Yay! It's good to see you too. All right, let me come back down, y'all. I'm so sorry if I missed your messages, but y'all have been saying some beautiful things. I appreciate y'all. I really do. Any advice for Black women in their early 20s? Please, and also please, if anybody else is in the comment section that want to share, please share some advice. Advice for your early 20s: have fun. Have more fun. Be less serious. Make more mistakes. Make mistakes that you can afford to make, but you are still discovering who you are. When in my early 20s, I am not who I was in my early 20s. I am kind of me. Like I'm the skeleton. Like she's still in here, right? But I'm completely different. Allow yourself to change. Allow yourself to try things. You don't know what you don't know until you try it. You don't know if you're good at it until you try it. Give yourself grace. Life is longer than you think it is. Life is longer than you think it is. Don't listen to ageist beliefs about like, oh, I'm too old for X, Y, and Z. What is it? Once you hit like 25 or some stuff, it's over for you. That's not true. That's not true. That couldn't be further from the truth. Yeah, and love yourself well. Love yourself well. Don't give all of yourself to empire. Give yourself to yourself. Be selfish. You know what I'm saying? Be more selfish. That's what I would say for Black women in their early 20s. Take more risks. If you obviously if you can, right? Like everybody's circumstance is different. I understand that, but take the risks that you can afford to take. You know? What else? What would I say to myself in my early 20s? Date more if you want to date. Okay? Discover who you are. Date yourself. Date yourself. Date yourself. You know? Fall in love with yourself. Devote yourself to yourself. So that you have a good period, chica, at any age. Be more selfish. Say no more often. Okay? Say no more often. Believe yourself the first time. If it don't feel like a yes, it's not a yes. Trust your own boundaries. If your body says no, it's a no. Right? What else would I say? Like I said, life is long. So I would say, again, for myself, because I only know my experience, right? I would say don't tie yourself down too early. Whatever that means. Location, job, relationship, whatever it is. Learn yourself because you are changing. Your brain is not fully developing. It's not functioning. Your brain is not fully developed yet, right? And I feel like I became who I really was at 35. And I feel like at 45, I'll probably say something completely different, right? But who I am today is very different than who I was at 25, is very different than who I was at 15, and obviously very different than who I was at 5, right? But yes, grow with yourself. Be in relationship with yourself. You change, you move. Your interests change. Allow yourself to move and change and discover and taste. You know, have fun. This is what you're here for. You're here for fun, for play, for pleasure, for fun. You know, so yeah, I would say do that. Be less responsible. You're responsible for yourself, you know, and as long as you're not hurting nobody, what could it hurt? If it doesn't work out, okay. You have so many more years. You know what I'm saying? What is it? God willing, the creek don't rise, right? Like you have more time than you think you have, you know? And you're just a little baby. And I don't mean that to be condescending. I'm saying that to myself, right? Because when I'm 85 years old, I'm going to say that about myself. I was just a little baby. Girl, you were just 35, you know? So have grace with yourself. You're going to make mistakes and they're beautiful. That means you're living and that means you're learning. So yeah, yay. I hope that answers your question. I hope that's helpful. Anybody else, please share advice. Let's see. Enhance simplicity. Hi. I actually stepped away from you for a while because you would mention or speak that patriarchal man-made religious language with certain things, and I'm just extremely protective of myself and people who, when people who are attached to that stuff. Absolutely. I don't blame you. I get it. I completely get it. And yeah, you got to protect yourself. Like the indoctrination is strong and the messaging is everywhere. And even if it's coming from me, please protect yourself. Okay? Please protect yourself. And I will say, sometimes it felt like even when I was asked that today, I was afraid to answer because I was like, oh Lord, here come the Christians, right? So sorry. They about to say I'm going to hell. They about to say my life is in danger of damnation. And my thing is like, if God sends me to hell, then God don't know me. That's how I feel, right? Like if I end up in hell, that sucks. But also that means God doesn't know me. I don't know. And I don't know why you would create creations to send them to hell in the first place. What's the point? Right? Anyway, but yes, I completely understand. Ooh, prioritize saving money. Ooh, okay. Now that wasn't on mine, but I feel that. I feel you. Advice, study your natal chart. Ooh, it's the roadmap to your life's journey. Man, know thyself. Oh, man, know thyself. It truly is the only work there is, period. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. That's perfect advice. I wish I tried more in my early 20s. I definitely was too conservative in my early 20s and even in college. Yeah. And now I'm unmarried, 40 something. It's not too late. You can do it now at 40. That's what I'm going to be doing at 40. I turned 40 in 4 years? That is crazy to say. But in 4 years, I'll be 40, right? And I hope to be starting new adventures when I'm 40. I hope to be becoming someone new. I hope to be taking chances. And that's why I say, like, also, and if you're in your 20s and 30s and 40s, follow people who are older than you. Seriously. You talking about a shortcut? Not a shortcut. You talking about a cheat code. That's what I'm looking for. You talking about cheat code? Follow women who are older than you. Follow women who are queer. Follow women who are doing life on their own, like doing life in a way that is not traditional. Allow women to open your mind and expand your mind to what is possible, because you don't know what's possible until you've seen it. So again, got to shout out the Stephanie Perrys, the Rashida Dowds, the Adelia Borshades, the Gatsby Oshuns, there are women who I follow who are older than me on purpose, right? Because they have the wisdom. They have the experience. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I would also say that if you're in your 20s, get in relationship with women who are older than you. Let it be a reciprocal one, you know? I would say that. Ooh, advice from someone who is now in her 30s. Just take the chance and opportunities. Your 20s are such a gift. I agree. I completely agree. Avoid permanent decisions that put future you in a box. Correct. I agree with this. Take calcium. Oh, let me write this down. Take calcium and find a favorite leisure physical activity to be a lifelong hobby. I love that. I love that. Especially to be a lifelong hobby. Because everything is about, like, you ain't got to murder yourself in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Go for a walk. Go ride your bike. Go roller skating. You know, if you can. If you have the ability to. You feel me? I agree. Oh, I love this. Advice for early 20s. Take joy in the simple things. I love that so much. I love that. Because it is everything. It is everything. It is facts. It is facts. Thank you for the heart. Yay. Let's see. If I could say something to myself in my early 20s, I would say, follow my intuition. Yes, that. Put an underline, highlight, follow your intuition, because you're not lying and you're not wrong. Okay. Save money, date myself, ignore the naysayers, enjoy life. Period. No one can take your lived experience from you. Anyone who doesn't like it can go watch some ASMR or something. That's cute. I love that you tell the truth. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate you appreciating that I tell the truth, because not everybody appreciates that I tell the truth. As somebody who is a truth teller and someone who is learning that she's neurodivergent, who knew? Who knew? Everybody don't like the truth, which is shocking to me, because all I was taught was to be honest, right? So thank you for saying that. Thank you for making room for my truth and my honesty. I appreciate that. Yes, also in your 20s, take collagen, iron. Oh, girl. Chica gonna beat me up. Iron, calcium, and supplements. Let's see. Yes. It's like drafting. It's a smoother. Yes, I love that. Level Up Single Mom. I just talked about you. Hi, Vitamin. This is Vitamin, by the way, y'all. This is Level Up Single Mom. Another person you should be following. Who has wisdom, who is honest. Chica did know. Chica called it early on. I forget, what was I talking about? And Chica was like, it's giving the spice, the neural spice. So yes, Chica did know. Chica knew all along. And I was like, I don't think so. I don't think so. Sure enough, girl, I went to that, I went to that doctor or that therapist, and the girl was like, yeah, girl, let's take some, let's take some tests. Let's take some tests. So shout out to you, Chica. I love you so much. Let's see. Advice. Take time. Yes. Take time to get out in nature as often as you can. Agreed. Completely agree. Hi. Hello. Hi, Tori. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. Yes. Vitamin. Oh, it's okay. I'll leave the replay up. It'll be fine. No worries. And take your time. Yes. Okay. Real quick. It was the pizza. So the way that I eat pizza, it's a process. I take the pizza, and you know what's interesting? When I was younger, my mom, when we would order pizza, would cut the pizza in squares for me. And when we would eat, to be fair, I had small teeth. I still have small teeth. I have big gums, but small teeth. And so when I had smaller teeth as a child, and so I would try to bite into apples, and it would hurt my gums because, you know, the green apples, the Granny Smith was tough. So she would peel it for me and like whatever. So I just thought, you know, whatever's just normal. I started talking about the way that I eat pizza today. I take a slice of pizza. I take the pepperonis off. Okay. I love pepperoni pizza. I need to stop. I know, but it's so good. So I take the pepperonis off. I take the cheese off. Put the cheese on the side. Take off some of the sauce. Take off some of the sauce because it'd be too much sauce. Then I put the pepperonis back on. Okay? And then the way that I eat it is I rip the pizza off of the crust. So like the crust is on the side. Fold the pizza in half. And I eat the pizza like that. And then I eat the crust last. And I eat the crust, basically, the way that I eat the crust is like I eat the inside of the crust first. And then I eat the outside of the crust. And yeah, that's how I eat pizza. Whatever. People have been looking at me strange since high school, by the way, since I've been eating pizza this way. And so when I said this to Chica, like, "Ooh, girl, it's giving, yeah, go see that lady." so yes, and it, voila, here I am. That is so funny. Yes, the crew is here. Yay. Honestly, that's true. We did a lot today. We did so much. We laughed, we cried, we looked at plants, we swore off Jiffy, right? Okay. Apparently, I gotta set my cookies up when it comes to what do you call it? Cornbread. That's so funny. A pizza ritual. Exactly. Okay, I hate calzones. I don't mean no harm. Cause in theory I should like it, right? But I hate calzones. I hate them. I hate the pockets. I hate that I don't have control over anything in the calzone, right? I know it's weird, but like, I don't like it. I also don't like hot pockets and stuff like that either. So that's the whole thing. Hot pockets be hot as I know what. And it's just all this sauce. You gotta squeeze half the sauce out. Ew. Yuck. I'm having sensory. Yuck. But yeah, like too much sauce, too much anything. It's not good for me. But shout out to y'all. Jamal loves a calzone. Okay. He be tearing it up. I can't eat that. I can't do that. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's so funny. We still got some Jiffy enthusiasts. Period. I have an algorithm for the way peanut butter and jelly, the best way to, I mix it together. I put jelly and peanut butter in a container and whip it. Cause I don't like that jelly. I don't like jelly filled anything. I don't like cream filled any. Do not give it to me. I will gag. I can't do it. But if you mix the peanut butter and jelly together, like you remember when those striped, it was like a container of PBJ, and on one side it was like a stripe of jelly, on the stripe of peanut butter. I used to love that and just whip it up and spit it and put it on the bread. Peace. That's funny. Oh yes, I eat the crust. The crust got to be good though. To me, crust is the best part of the pizza. I know. But if the bread is not good, the pizza is not good. I don't care what sauce you put on it. I don't care that it got pepperonis. If the bread is not good, the pizza is not good. That's why to this day, New York, shout out to New Yorkers. Shout out to y'all. Y'all got the best pizza. I have not. Let me think. No, we have a pizza here in the DMV that's pretty good, like Lido's, but it's not Lido's that you buy. It's the Lido's. It's a whole thing. I know, it's a whole thing. But New York, I have not had anything better than their dollar pizzas, where I be sitting outside with my luggage with a little stool, those little standing stools, and eat that. Let me tell you something. I have not tasted anything better. I don't know, but apparently somebody said it was like about the water or something like that. But y'all pizza be so good. That's the best pizza I ever had. Dollar pizzas. But yes. Ooh, I prefer to cut my pizza into 6. Okay. Yes. 1. Yes. Right? Hold on. Now I got to draw this out because I feel like I'm doing this wrong. 1, 2. Ooh. Okay. That requires some. Yes. It was called Goober. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, gorgeous one. Goober. Yes. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up. Goober. And then we really gonna go, but peanut butter. Yes. Gorgeous one. Yes. All the memories just flooded. Here we go. Share screen. Share. Yay. Yes. You see the AI. Nobody asked you for the summary. Nobody asked you for the summary. Please. Okay. So yeah, so this is the one I used to get, the great one. And I used to take the the knife and whip it real quick and get a nice little creamy. I was gonna say paste, but that sounds so nasty. But it's good. It is good. Yay. All right. Oh, I listen to your music before working overnights as a CNA. It's such a comfort. Thank you for your art. Thank you. Thank you for listening. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Listen, I went to NYC in 2010 and I still think about it. It is so good. It is so good. And it's so good. Your pizza be rectangles? Oh, hello, Jordan Atkins. Hi, Alicia. Long time no see. Hope you've been doing well. I've been doing okay. I've been good. I've been good. Thank you so much for being here, Jordan. Jordana. No. Jordan Atkins. Am I saying it right? Thank you for being here. I'm so sorry. Thank you for being here. Not the straight face. That's so funny. That is hilarious. Yeah, no. I'm not doing that. A jelly-filled donut? No. In what world? No. No offense to the no offense to those who like it, but no. Jail. Yes, there we go. Jamal likes calzones from Dopey. Oh, only. Okay, period. From Dippy Do's. Period. There we go. Another picky eater. He's not really a picky eater, but he has his favorites. Yes, I'm not a sauce person either. My entire family thinks I'm weird. Yeah, it's too much. Okay. Yes, no Hot Pockets. No, thank you. Mm-mm. You can't even see what's going on in there. I'm just supposed to bite with full confidence? No. And I used to, back in the day, I used to like McDonald's, what is it called? Holiday pies. And they only have it around, because I used to work at McDonald's. They only have it around the holiday, because it's called holiday pies, duh. So, so sorry. Yes, all offense. They have holiday pies, and it's basically like a pie, like the apple pie, but it's custard inside and not apples. And I would take it and I would squish it a little bit to get some of the custard out, because it's too much. You know, it's too much. But anyway. Oh no. Listen, safe space, JB. No judgment. But that's not gonna be me. I'm not gonna eat that. Okay, yay, it's Jordan. Okay. Hi. I like pizzas with olive oil and garlic base. Ooh, it's good. It's good. I was a kid wiping off extra marinara sauce. Yes, me too. Vitamin. No, I'm kidding. You can like what you want. I cannot. Yes, I have Hot Pockets because either it's, sometimes it'd be too hot, sometimes it'd be too cold, especially if it has like filling in it. You bite into it and it's like, ugh, like ice, you know? And it's too much. Ooh, a fancy. You be cooking though. Level Up Single Mom says, I started making my own strombolis. You're fancy. If you want to rewatch, you don't have to. But we talked about making cornbread in here. I'm interested to see if you make cornbread and how you make it. But I think that's all I wanted to say today, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me 3 hours later. I had fun. The only Hot Pocket I like is the meatball one. See, that's not even the one I want. I'm like, no. I like spaghetti and meatballs. I like that. I like meatballs at like baby showers. That's nice. I don't know. I feel like I watched a video recently and somebody was talking about that. They're like, give me meatballs. Oh, somebody was complaining about baby showers and how they give people like cucumber sandwiches or something. Who was I watching? Was it King of Reeds? Somebody. But they were talking about, anyway, I just bust out laughing. But they were basically talking about how don't send me to a baby shower if y'all ain't got no wings or no meatballs or whatever, because I want to eat. Don't give me no cucumber sandwiches or no like or no like crudité or no, girl, we hungry, okay? Give us food. So anyway, all that to say, thank y'all for being here. We talked about a lot today. And before we roll out, let me give y'all these links one more time. So I'm gonna share the Ko-fi. I never know how to say that, but Ko-fi. I am raising $500 for 10 Black women's lunch. So if you would like to donate, please donate so that we can support our Black women, especially our Black women workers and people who are caretaking and all the things. Again, teachers, sex workers, the artists, the self-employed, the day laborers, right? Women who stay home and take care of their kids, the in-betweeners, right? The in-between blessings. please donate if you have it to give, because I'm so excited about giving Black women money. It's one of my favorite things to do, by the way. It's one of my favorite things to do is to give Black women money. Okay. And like I said, I will be making more art on my Patreon. If you have it, copy. If you have it, please, put 5 on it, put 10 on it, put 15. And if you don't have it, just join, because I share some free stuff sometimes on there as well. Okay. My Patreon. And then, oh yeah, my Alicia Be Going. Oh, I meant to tell y'all. So 3 years ago at this point, period. The broke students, yes. This is also for the students. Absolutely. For the broke students, absolutely. I told y'all that I'm starting my travel channel and things like that. I'm going to be chasing my dreams. I want to be a travel vlogger. I don't know. We'll see. But I went traveling a few years ago and I never shared the whole story. I stopped right before Colorado, or right in Colorado. And I'm going to start that whole journey over, and share from start to finish of car camping in my Prius with Jamile from Maryland all the way to California. So I'm really excited about sharing that journey, because that was a lot of fun. So here's that. If you want to follow along, there's a link. And to keep up with me for whatever's, if anything were to happen, YouTube shuts down, Instagram ain't no more, you can always find me on my email. And that's the link to sign up for my email list. Also, y'all, they're listening. Apparently, I was listening to Larry Favors Daniel. I feel like I'm saying her name wrong. Larry Daniel Favors. I think that's her name, the real order. But she was talking about how, the administration is wilding, and people who are against AI are going to be put on this list of to be called a anti-tech something, anti-tech, whatever. Basically a terrorist. Okay, whatever, girl. So I'm going to be sharing my thoughts, but again, I'll be writing them. I'll be podcasting them on Patreon. I'll be sharing them here with you all as well. But I gotta make sure that I'm safe, Yeah. And sorry. And also, I have a chat book called Incomplete Thoughts. I didn't even get the link for that, but I'll just share that here. I'll talk about that later. Instead of waiting for a big book for hundreds of pages, I'm just gonna do my own publication. And that's what I'm doing. I'm making it by hand, printing it out. And let me share this. And the next, I'm only releasing 100. I'm only making 100 copies, right? So I'm only making 100. After that, it'll be archived and you can download the PDF of it. But the print of it, I'm just stopping at 100. When I get there, it'll stop. So I've already given out 25. I've sold 25 of these already, and I'm grateful. So there's only 75 left. It's not fake marketing. I'm not doing that. I'm literally just, how do you even share this? Share. How do you copy links? Copy, paste. Yay. Oh, that is not the, let me do a different link. Hold on, y'all. Sorry. I'm trying to multitask. Okay, here we go. So I only have 75 copies left. Paste. And I will mail them out to you so I mailed out the last batch last Thursday, and I'll be mailing out the next batch because I'm doing it in batches because it's just me. I do not have a production team. It's just me. So I will be putting the next one. If you want to get this in the next, what am I trying to say? The next group of people to get theirs. I will be sending it out next Thursday. So if you want to get it within the next 2 weeks, I would say purchase yours within the next week by Thursday, and I'll put it in the mail on Thursday of next week. So you have a week to get it. It's only $10. It covers the ink. Girl, let me tell you something. I went through so much ink trying to print this. 3 ink cartridges. I need to buy some more. But yeah, so that's why I'm only doing 100 because it's just me. So yeah, so I would, so on the back, I shout out my patrons who support me so that they allow me to make the publication. But yeah, it's a small pub because I'm a small artist and I need you all's help. So $10, shipping and handling is included. Yeah. So the $10 also covers the fee. So when you buy it, Patreon takes a cut, right? And then to get it mailed, it also takes a cut. So I'm really making $5 from these, $7. So yeah. So it feels good to me. It's something I can manage. And I will be putting out other collections later. So yes, I'll share where can you buy? Thank you for asking. I'll go for the link one more time. Here we go. This is the link. So the process to do it, right? You purchase, let me actually share my screen so y'all can see. what I'm doing. Share screen. Okay. Yay. All right, so this is the page to buy it, right? And well, this is my edit page because it's me behind the scenes. But this is what it looks like. It's called Purchase Incomplete Thoughts Collection Number 1. And these are my plans. I'm so proud. But this is the first batch that I made. And oh, let me show y'all the next batch. Hold on. So I just put together, what is this, like 15 more. The next batch will be like red and pink. Yeah, pink and red. So yeah, and I put them in a plastic bag so they maintain their freshness. But oh, yes. So when you go to purchase, right? When you go to get the link, you go up top. It'll say, let me see if I can actually, let me stop sharing. Let me put it into a different screen so y'all can see what you'll see when you go to buy it. Hold on one sec. Copy into paste and go. There we go. Perfect. All right, now let me share this screen. No, that's still not the right one. Share screen. Okay. I was like, I'm not tripping. Hold on. Is this it? Okay, yay. This is it. All right. So when you go to the link, this is what you'll see. And it'll say buy now. So you purchase it, right? And then you'll scroll all the way down. After all this, okay. It'll have the instructions to purchase as well here, right? And then after you pay, whatever is blurred here will be released. And there's a form. All you have to do is fill out this form with your address and your name so I can mail this to you. Because I've been trying to figure out, like, what is an easier way to do this? But that's the easiest way that I can do it. So it's a Google form. You just put in your name, who it's for, if it's for you or for somebody else. And then I'll mail it to you. It's pretty much easy. So, yeah. Yay. So please, if you purchase it, thank you so much. And please don't forget to fill out the form so I can get it to you. Because I think I had maybe a couple of people who bought it but didn't fill out the form. So I don't know who you are, but please, if you see this, make sure that you fill out the form if you don't have it already. But yes. All right. So, yeah. So that's pretty much it. So let me read you one thing from here. Well, let's see. I'm like, what should I read? Maybe I'll do that a different time. We've already been here for 3 hours. But I'll read you this. So 16. It says, I am not disappointed in America. America never promised to love me, to care for me. America has shown me what it thinks of me time and time again. I was never delusional enough to believe that when they say, God bless America, they was talking about me. I've never been seen as American. As property, as belonging, as staying, sure. But they never seen me as no citizen. So those are thoughts that I want to share, but I don't necessarily want to share them online because I don't want AI to eat it. And some stuff is just, I want to be an artist. I want to be a slow artist. And this feels slow enough and artist-like enough for me. So thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you for your kindness. I'll probably have a vulnerability hangover after this since I haven't gone live in so long. And I'm like, oh my God, I just spilled all my guts. I told all my, but I'm grateful for you all. I'm thankful that you all create space for me and are kind to me. And that you all allow me to be in process. Honestly, I really appreciate that. Allow me to be human. And allow me to not know and figure it out. So thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry. I know, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but I'm so grateful for all of y'all. Thank y'all for being here. I loved y'all being here. Thank you. Love being here today. Thanks, Alicia. You're welcome. Have a great day, everyone. Yes, everyone have a beautiful day. Thank you so much. This is such a great dynamic conversation. That makes me happy. Thank you so much for sharing your light with us. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for recognizing my light. Thank you for seeing my light and celebrating her. Thank you. And not asking to dim her. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you. Thanks so much. I'm so excited. I'm a writer. We are writing. And so, yeah, so Black Girl Creative coming down. Gatherings are coming down the pipeline. Just be on the lookout for it. But I want to do more connection and community. I want to do more creating art that lasts. not art that I feel like I'm just feeding to an algorithm. And I want to do more highlighting of other artists and creatives as well. So, thank you. Goodbyes are always awkward for me, but it's not goodbye, it's see you later. Thank you so much for being here. And until next time, y'all, take care of yourselves. Keep loving yourselves because you matter. You matter. You're holy. You're sacred. You're beautiful. You're wonderful. You are everything good. Okay. Until next time. Bye,